I haven't been on the pod since my team won the treble. So,
wow. Yeah.
No. Get up. I'm leaving. I'm going home.
But just to make it for the record, Liverpool are the 5th best team.
Oh, Martinelli stinks.
Bro, are you mad?
I'm just hyperbole, man.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're listening. Welcome to another installment of Podcast Pundits. I'll be your host today. I'm Dre, man. If you've been listening from the beginning, I'm a Man United fan from day dot. So you probably heard me throughout a few sessions. I was away last week because I felt ill. Not my fault. We had Striver who took the reins and did a sterling job.
Certain people were saying that you tried to avoid Man City winning the treble. You didn't want to talk about it.
Who won a treble?
Man City.
Oh, okay.
The team that's relegated you to the noisy neighbours.
Boy, maybe. Who knows, man?
Whose treble was more important? I mean, more impressive?
Probably United's. And you know what? There's a point that actually, because I was listening to your episode last week where I think you kind of touched on this. One thing you guys didn't touch on was, I think the season when Man United won the treble, Arsenal were always around there. Were like, you know, like
for the
Arsenal
FA Cup and for the league.
Yeah, exactly. Arsenal were like that Man City were. And that season when we won the treble, it's like, I don't know how we did that to Arsenal as well. Like,
were Arsenal pressing you lot in the Champions League that season as well?
No, I think it was more. It was definitely more Prem that I was trying
Prem
to.
and FA Cup.
FA Cup
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Because that's when Giggs scored that
Yeah,
goal.
exactly. But I'm saying like Arsenal were
And Bergkamp missed the...
top of the league. They were like
right,
literally.
what a great introduction.
Yeah, they were like.
Me and Rebler are here. Me and Della are here as well still.
Yeah, it's just
anyone
'cause-
asking.
Yeah, no, I want to move on to you
Get
guys.
the hat trick, mate. Get the hat trick, mate.
But yeah, no, I think it was us and.
Starboy.
Yeah, we did it first anyway, so it's minor, innit? They had a few years in the coming to make up for it, but we'll be back, man. Anyway, to my left, we'll reintroduce the panel. How was your honeymoon, bro?
Yo, Della. Yeah, honeymoon, sick. Nice to go back home. But you know what? It was crazy because anyone that served me, I felt obliged to call them uncle and auntie. Even though I just felt it was a humbling experience.
Out of respect.
Yeah, out of respect. And they'll work morning, afternoon, dinner, they're there. It's unfortunate I didn't have enough money to give to them, but yeah, it would have been...
Why did you feel obliged?
Obliged to what?
To call them uncle and auntie?
Just out of respect. They're my elders, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, so that's,
Where did you go?
Zanzibar and Kenya. So out of respect, is like you're bringing my food to me. I'm like, no, it's fine. No, we're serving you. I'm like, okay, cool, thank you.
So,
but yeah, it's good to be back. You know,
And I think it goes a long way with them. You know.
Yeah, of course, because hospitality in those sort of countries, it's a very good job to have.
Definitely,
very good job to have. But on the football front, obviously, I haven't been on the pod since my team won the treble. So,
wow. Yeah.
No. Get up. I'm leaving. I'm going home. I forgot this guy's a fraud.
Yeah, by the way, that's Man City. Yeah, so we won the treble. So yeah, I'll give myself a clap.
Della, just remind them though.
Sorry,
it's not just Man City, right?
Can you edit that out?
No. But yeah, I haven't been out since Man City won the treble.
Right.
My second team, we qualified for Europe. And Newcastle will qualify for Europe. So yeah, it's been a very good season so far.
No, so for people that are listening for the very first time, you said your second team qualified for Europe. Who's your second team? So,
Arsenal. And the third team, Newcastle.
Wow.
So,
How do you feel though? Because all your teams...
I never thought I'd be in this position. I never thought Arsenal and Newcastle would be competing for the same things so soon. Or even at all. But things happen, didn't it?
Did you feel any more connection towards any kind of team?
I feel more connection to Arsenal.
Okay.
So if all three are going for it for the league, I would want Arsenal to win.
What was the first team you supported?
Arsenal.
It wasn't Newcastle.
It felt like you was about to say Newcastle.
Yeah,
no.
When I met you in that year, it was definitely Newcastle.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was definitely Newcastle.
But you didn't really support them.
No, it's Newcastle. But as I said, you get older, you realise, I've never been to Newcastle. Why am I supporting this team? So I gravitate towards Arsenal, Wenger, the philosophy and things like that. And Pep is just Pep. So once Pep leaves Man City, I don't care for Man City anymore.
Swear.
Yeah, why do I care for them?
So there's this. We were having a conversation about this. This is like a modern supporter. So
Yeah,
kids
that's
nowadays they don't really support teams. They support like Mbappe or they support a Haaland or something.
Yeah.
So De La Strada basically has an allegiance just with
Yeah,
Pep,
the mentality of
not
the
with
child
Man City.
is the point.
No, I don't care for Man City. It's just Pep.
Okay, fair dues.
Yeah, no, it's your boy Strives or Striver. Yeah, man, it's been an emotional season, man. It's been an emotional season in a good way, man. I think I've watched the most football I've watched in years, and Arsenal and dare I say Mikel Arteta made that possible. So I'm grateful. So yeah, support Arsenal, the second best team in England this season, and yeah, man, I'm just just glad to be in this position. Hopefully, we can kick on and take the mantle or take Manchester City from the mantle. Hopefully. And then compete for some more honours and work our way up the table so we can gradually become the most successful team in England.
Do you genuinely think that you can do that next season?
At the moment,
£600 says no.
I don't have that many thoughts on it. Because I've gone on record in previous episodes that I need to see what's going to happen in the transfer market. But yeah, like I think with a good transfer market, I think we could definitely.
So the transfer window is pinnacle to almost making sure you get back to that level, that level. I mean, in terms of pipping Man City.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, what was it? 5 points separated us. Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, that's 2 wins. That's basically beating Manchester City twice. We haven't done that for a minute. So. If we can do that, then who knows? It makes it a little bit closer, and then obviously all the other teams are going to be getting closer to us because everyone's going to be strengthening. So we need to also strengthen. So
when was the last time you beat Man City?
I feel like it might have been a cup competition.
FA Cup.
Yeah, that's it.
Recently.
So that's not really that recent, but
okay.
probably the most. Yeah. So yeah, man. But yeah, man. So yeah, Arsenal fan. It's been good, man. Enjoyed podcast pundits with you lads. I'm enjoying. I'm looking forward to seeing what pre-season's got, man.
It's been eventful. And finally, our last panelist. He's not even focusing. He's just watching the international game.
No, the one and only. Henderson's better than Park Ji-sung. Don't at me.
Wow.
Oh, no, it's your boy Joey Nomadic, Liverpool supporter. I was going to say controversial, but not really, man. I just keep it real. I think Striver will second that as well. Yeah, no, it's been a sick season, man. Even though Liverpool weren't good, you have to put your football hat back on your head, and then you realise that this is the kind of seasons that make the Premier League what it is. And
when you say it's been a sick season, is that in terms of just the quality of the football, or is that in terms of Liverpool?
No, football's the
winner.
Regardless of Liverpool, football's football. I'm happy that Arsenal were a lot better than they've been in the past, because obviously Arsenal are a legacy team, and you, as much as you want to see your team outshine all the other teams, I want to see a competitive season in it, and Arsenal added to that, Brighton added to that, Newcastle added to that. So this is one of my favourite seasons, bar Liverpool's performance.
Fair.
Again, I can keep on going, man, but let's get this pod started.
Cool.
So before we start, just two things I want to get off my chest.
Sure.
So England are winning 5-0. Harry Kane's still on the pitch. England are now making 4 substitutions, and Eze's not coming on. He may come on for the last 5 minutes, but again, what's the point of calling these people and not giving them a good run out?
Right.
He's already seen all of these players playing all these tournaments, so he knows what they can do. That's one thing. Second point, I haven't been speaking much on the group, but I noticed Strives was going back and forth with a lot of people disputing the fact that Arsenal are now the second best team in the league or in the country. But I'm like, they are. If you played X amount of games for the whole season and you win and you come second, then you're the second best team in the league.
No, that's not the metric.
Factual.
So what's the metric?
It's just facts.
Yeah, it's facts.
No, it's not.
That's facts.
Okay, listen.
There's how many leagues in this season? How many leagues in England? Arsenal came. There's Prem, Championship, League 1, League 2, League 3, whatever.
The Premier League is not the measurement. It's not the measurement of the best team. So, for example,
best teams in England.
Hang on. That, by your logic, you're saying that Leicester, or who is bottom in the league? Southampton.
Southampton,
Southampton are the
Leicester.
20th best team in the league.
In the country, yeah.
No, that's not what it means.
Why does
Because
it not mean?
Southampton didn't get to play Derby and they didn't get to play all these other teams and have a thing.
Now that's...
No. What now? That's what logic.
You are reaching upon reaching.
Hang on, guys. What I'm saying, because the leagues don't cross play.
Yeah, but that's
hang on.
different.
Because the leagues don't cross play, it doesn't mean you're the best team.
Are Real Madrid the best team in? I mean, are Barcelona not the best team in Spain? Because they won the league, right?
No, basically the problem with what you're saying is you're doing a monolateral analysis. Hang on, you're doing a univariate lateral analysis.
Bro, do you even know? Do I need to get my dictionary out and work out what you're saying?
Basically, what I'm trying to say to figure out this thing here is it's multivariate. There's multiple variables. You can't just take one Premier League and make that the variable.
But in saying that, you're saying
but based on your logic, correct?
Of course they are.
But that's not. It's not logical what you're saying, though.
How can that not be logic if you're saying based on his logic?
That's the top team
because it's your logic.
Okay, so
Based on your logic, it's
so
correct.
If the Prem,
based on
So how does it become illogical? Because he's not. You're talking
the
about
best is multivariable.
No, because you're
multivariate. It's multivariate.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
if the Prem is a top league in England,
Is
But it's
the,
not
best,
Man
the
City-
best league?
no, I'm talking about England. In England, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's the best
in England
for what you can get in England. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you win that league, you're the best in your country.
Okay, so my question to you: who won the championship?
Burnley, innit?
Yeah, Burnley.
Is Burnley better than Southampton?
But then that's not the. But he's not talking about the worst team in England.
No. So is Burnley better than Southampton?
Yeah.
Based on how the league is positioned, I would say no, because they won the championship.
Yeah.
And Southampton got relegated from the best team from the best league
is
in
Southampton better than
England.
Burnley then?
Based on how the league positions are, you have to say yes.
Based on what you're
Based on how the league positions,
Okay.
they have to be.
And then you agree with that, Strava?
In that season, yeah.
You
This
agree with that?
in this season, Burnley was operating at a lower level than Southampton. Southampton were playing the best that England has to offer. Burnley weren't. So obviously, measuring Burnley's success against Southampton's dismay, so to speak, or their plight, is kind of a bit unfair. And it doesn't. It kind of is irrelevant to the conversation or to the point that Del Estrada has kicked off with, because he's talking about the second best team in England.
You said your theory, and I want to test it. So now, if Burnley were to play Southampton and they beat Southampton 10-0 twice, what would that say?
What in a two game in two games
they play away and home and away fixture. They beat them 10-0 twice.
If they beat them, then you got to say Burnley are a better team.
So because
But that didn't happen, though.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Because
It's hypothetical, isn't it?
we haven't seen that. How can you now say that Southampton are a better team than Burnley?
So let me use your theory.
Testing your logic.
Yeah,
I'm just testing your logic.
let me respond to your logic.
Yeah.
So if Burnley played Man City twice,
Yeah.
and Burnley beat Man City 5-0 twice,
Yes.
are Burnley better than Man City?
I wouldn't say they're better, but I would definitely question Man City being the best team if Burnley can come to their back door.
But it's just 2 games. But if you can do it consistently for 30 games of the season,
you said 5-0. You said something specific.
No, 5-0 or 10-0. Whether it was 20-0, it was 2 games.
But this is what I'm saying. If somebody comes to your back door and they beat you 20-0 or 10-0 or 5-0, I have to question whether
You can
are the
question it,
best
but
team.
ultimately, it's just 2 games.
Yeah,
That's a cup competition.
That's why it's over like so many
Exactly.
games.
Over
in
the course
season.
of a league.
Okay, so
if Arsenal were consistently did what they did and they came second, then there's no argument.
Arsenal and Liverpool and Newcastle, Manchester City, Manchester United, we're all operating in a league, obviously. We're all operating in a league. We're playing each other twice. There's so many different variables. This new word that you've been talking, multivariate.
Multivariate or univariate.
Or univariate. We'll check that up in a minute. I'm going to Google it in a moment. So, but what I'm saying is, we're in this league and we're playing one another, and you obviously over a period of time, you're trying to work out the best quality, the most consistent team over a period of time to be crowned the champions. Manchester City obviously rightfully have earned that accolade, and they are the best team in England.
What about
so Arsenal have finished second and also finished second by some measure over all the rest of the teams. It's actually Arsenal, Man City, and the rest of the teams.
But even if Arsenal finished just on goal difference,
I get you, but I'm just saying there's even extra weight to the claim, because when I'm saying that Arsenal's the second best team in England, and you're
because like I said, it's based on the one thing of the league table. But what I'm saying is that like having a better player or having a better car or having a better house. These things are not just based on one thing. I can't say to you, I have a better house than you because my house is bigger, or I have a better house than you because my house is made from, hang on, let me finish, because my house is made from better bricks. There's different ways of analysing these things. And you're saying, hang on, and you're saying that because they have the highest points in the Premier League, they are the best team, or because Arsenal have the second highest tally, they are the best team in England. That's
So how do you measure it then?
So you can measure it based on like finances. You can measure it. Hang on. Let me finish. I'm saying there's loads of different ways. I can say to you, Newcastle's the best team in England because of finances. You lot can disagree with me because I'm only basing it on finances. So I'm saying to you, because you're using one thing and one thing only.
But that's a credible thing to use. It's a credible thing to use.
I didn't say it's not credible, but I'm saying there's other credible things, like for example, head to head between different teams.
But it's
so what
something that never happens. You can't say.
No, I'm just saying head to heads in the Premier League. Like for example, if you say head to head,
because you're saying multivariate. Yeah. I've looked it up. I've looked it up. No, because you said univariate in the end.
I said multivariate and univariate. There's two different things. Multivariate is more than one thing. Univariate is one.
So what applies to your argument?
Give me my flowers, bro.
I need to know what applies to your argument first.
Well, okay, you're saying the points tally.
Dre, you can take control and say, let's start the podcast.
All right, let me just finish.
This is interesting.
Wait, this is pre-season. We ain't got shit to talk about. No, but you said, I said multivariate. It's based on more than one thing.
So there's more, yeah. So from what I can see, the term multivariate analysis refers to the analysis of more than one variable.
Yeah.
So what would those be?
I'm saying it could be anything. I gave, for example, finances.
That's but you can't just say that. Oh no, you're wrong, Dennis Strada. But I can't tell you why you're wrong.
I said head to head.
So technically, based on
head to head, isn't it? Yeah, that's another variable.
So head to head is a variable because I think that was Marley Miles clapback. He was saying.
I don't know about that. This is not the variable I'm dying on. I'm just saying there's other variables.
Yeah, I understand that there's other variables, but the fairest variable and the one that we decide who the champions are.
Yeah, exactly.
How about silverware, bro? If you're not able to turn up on the day, and hang on. No, because I'm giving you other variables. Silverware is an important variable.
Not disputing that. But if you're saying because a cup is like a one-off. It's a one-off.
It doesn't matter. It's there's only 5 trophies available.
No, he's not diminishing the value of the cup.
Sorry.
Over the course of 38 games, which is all about consistency, if you can do that and you finish first, second or third, then you are accurately ranked for your position. If you entered in a cup competition, which is a one-off game, you could be performing at your shittest but still win, even on penalties.
Sorry. You said accurately ranked in the competition.
Yeah, it's 37 games in the league.
Hang on, but there's some other things that can skew your ranking. For example, like let's say for example, one season.
Well, referee decisions.
No, hang on. Referee decisions, or one season you have no centre backs.
No,
so that's what I'm saying.
But
we can't say no to that, bro.
No, but Joey,
you lost Saliba.
Yeah, but Joey, what I'm not saying, which we did lose Saliba,
and if we did your title, you lot could have been the best team.
Thank you.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why it's not. It's not though.
But we lost him, and we proved that we can't win the Premier League without all of our players. Whatnot. So although I accept what you're saying, and I even accept the centre backs thing, you could. In that particular season,
it's a write-off.
No, it's not a write-off.
It's just Liverpool season was a write-off that season.
Yeah, that season for that reason. And in that particular season, your argument might be when, let's say, a Strives comes around and says Man City are the best team in the Prem, and you might say, well, I disagree with that, and then someone will be like, they won the league. You can't disagree with it, and you might turn around and say,
you didn't say Prem, but no, you said England. That was my dispute.
But it's
because, like I said, if I use another variable such as silverware, and you're saying consistency, but at the end of the day, if I'm a footballer, I get on pitch to win.
I get what you're saying.
Not to win games that don't have any fruit in it. I come in to win as many trophies as possible.
No, I agree with that, but the Prem, teams in the Prem versus teams in the Conference, automatically you assume teams in the Prem are better.
For sure.
The Prem's the pinnacle, right?
Yeah.
So they all work themselves promotion to eventually get to the Prem, because the Prem's the best league in England.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you now win let's say if Burnley, let me use Burnley. Let's say Bournemouth, when they did all the promotions and they eventually got to the Prem, and they won it, they're the best team. They're the best team in England.
They're the best team, and
Man City are the best team in England.
Let me give you an example. If Man City won the Premier League, Liverpool won the Champions League. I don't know how. But hang on. Let me finish. I don't know how, but they won the Champions League. They won the Europa League. They won the Europa Conference League. Yeah. They won the FA Cup. They won the World. Hang on. Let me finish. They won the World Club Cup. Yeah. They won the Charity Shield. They won fucking Europa.
Let's say they won everything.
But that's impossible, though.
No, I'm just saying it's impossible. But I'm saying they won every single thing out there, part of the Premier League.
Yeah.
You would say to me
that it's a different conversation.
Yeah,
because you've got all this on your table versus one.
But firstly, that's impossible anyway. But But I'm glad that you said that because I was gonna ask
because remember
everybody.
the conversations about the Man United versus Arsenal.
No, it's just
that's what it was. No, last week. Remember that's what we were saying, and you're saying Arsenal are second best team.
I said we had a better season.
But they are.
No, hang on. You're saying they're the second best team in England, but people are saying Man United have had a better season than them. So the two doesn't compute. And
it does compute though.
How can you be the second best team in the season?
You're the second best team in the Prem. Like Delastrade
No, you said England.
That's England.
Even England, bro.
But then Man United had a better team than you. How does that make sense?
No. They did it, and that was the opinion of those that were there at last week's recording.
But this is what I'm saying. It's
that's an opinion. But what I'm saying to me leads more to fact. And what I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask everyone.
It's not fact, bro. There's nothing factual about what you're saying. It's very much opinionated.
Let me ask all of you this year. If we can, all answer this question. And by the way, I am not diminishing the value of the Champions League. But does it require more luck to win the Champions League or more luck to win the Premier League?
There's no luck. There's no luck in football, bro.
No.
There's no luck in
answer
football.
the question.
Don't answer emotionally. I just try to.
It requires luck to win the. It's a cup competition. But in the league, it's consistent. You got to play. We play each other twice.
Sorry, bro. I'm coughing the emotion out of my voice, bro, because I couldn't answer that without emotion.
Mum, I heard you. When I heard you didn't even let me get the question out. I was like, bro, just calm down. Just think about it, baby. Think about it.
I got to ask the question one more time.
So again, I want to put this out there because I don't want listeners to think, oh, Ross Drive is mad. Arsenal's not won the Champions League. How dare you talk down on the trophy? That's a cup competition that I definitely want us to win. Yeah. But what I'm saying, without diminishing the value of the Champions League, would you say that it requires more luck to win the Champions League than it does to win the Premier League?
Yeah, more luck for the Champions League.
I'd say Champions League as well.
No, would you say we've got more luck to win the Champions League?
More luck to win the Champions League, yeah.
Okay, so I'm with you as well. Joey is saying differently. Let me hear why.
So I just don't understand the question. Because you're saying, does it take more luck? Because obviously some people look at Leicester's season and say they had luck, that they were able to play the same team game in, game out. That never happens for anybody.
No, I'm not saying that luck is devoid in winning the Premier League, but I'm just saying, does it require more?
But if like Man City have been the best team in Europe this season, they haven't needed any luck to win.
Yeah, they have needed luck. Let's say a decision went in their way, but maybe they played the team and they were injured.
Remember, the decision went against Arsenal. Arsenal were unlucky.
Before we get into the argument, why is your answer what your answer is?
Because if you are the best team, it's not about luck. Like Man City haven't used luck to win the Champions League. So I don't understand the question of requiring which one is more lucky.
Don't just focus on Man City. I think the question is that do you require more luck to win a cup?
Exactly.
Or to win a league?
Essentially, that's basically
you're playing 38 games or 37 games in the whole season. There's a level of consistency that's required to win it. Whereas the cup is like...
And with cups, what comes into play is whether you've been drawn in to tough groups or weaker groups. And sometimes it's what side of the draw you're in. Like even think about Inter Milan's run in this Champions League. You might argue Benfica was their toughest opponent, aside from Man City.
No, AC Milan.
I mean, that's a derby, so that's all. But I'm just saying you may argue that. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
You wouldn't though. So
but then
in the Champions League, you're going to have to come up against somebody and you're going to have to prove your worth. And I think what you're doing, you're looking at Liverpool when they won against AC Milan in the finals. That is the definite, for me, that's the definition of luck.
And also
luck plays its part. But can you have that game at AC Milan 38 times in the Premier League? Nah.
Exactly.
But hang on, let me just say, Man City in the Premier League this season, look at all the decisions that you were complaining about this season. If Man City had those same decisions, or if you didn't have those decisions against them, that's lucky for Man City. No, but that their nearest competitor being singled out for thingy. So that's why I don't really get your question, because in both
you do get my question, but you don't like my question. I think that's what's going on here.
I don't like the way it's been worded, because it's very loaded. It's heavily loaded to say that cup competitions require more luck than a league. Don't get me wrong. You have to win a lot of games to win the league most of the times. most of the time.
Bro, I think
in winning those 38 games, just because it's over a longer period and you play more games, it doesn't mean there's not.
I'm not saying
it
didn't say no luck involved.
No, I didn't say no luck. It doesn't mean.
I just said does it require more luck to win X, Y, and Z?
I think so. And that's why I think it does require more to have a fully fit team for 38 games. I think that's very, very lucky, bro. In the Premier League, if I'm going to be honest with you,
I gotta say I don't believe you, but I'm going to take your answer.
You don't believe me?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, when Liverpool won it, we were extremely lucky because we had a COVID hit season.
And I think that's what you think I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to draw you out. I'm not trying to trick you into it. I'm just saying factually, it's.
Do you know why? Because you can't quantify the luck that you're talking about. That's why I have a problem with what you're saying. If you can say to me it requires 20% luck to win the Champions League and 15% luck,
so even the factors, even the factors,
factual.
All right, so even the factors that you've mentioned, injuries, referee decisions, all those things, those components of the game still play their part in cup competitions. Like the Champions League. So you're still subject to those factors and those mitigating circumstances, so to speak, in the Champions League. And on top of that, you still get the fact of you can be on what might be considered a more favourable side of a cup draw or not. You could still be there's seeds as well. Obviously, you could argue that's luck, or you can just argue that's earned.
There's more travelling as well, because if you're going abroad, it'll be a lot more travelling.
So all the stuff you're talking about,
you know,
it's the same reason why.
Exactly. So, and that's also
there's more travelling. What do you mean? Like, there's less games, so of course there's going to be less travelling.
You got gone off tangent, to be honest.
Basically,
no, I'm just saying that the points that Joey's making, I'm saying that he's saying what makes the Premier League lucky. No, but remember, those are the same points that you could still argue for the Champions League.
The VAR decisions were against Man City's direct number one competitors for the league. That's lucky for them.
Yeah, that is lucky for them. But it could have also been against. Obviously, they won all their games. They've won the Champions League. But let's just say, for instance, if Man City had a favourable decision, that was unlucky for Inter Milan in that sense. I'm just saying that what you are saying, and I'm not saying that you're completely like
I'm about to. But let me say this. I agree with your sentiment. The only issue I have is that because it's not quantifiable, I can't say that. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I can't really agree with you. But for me, like winning the Champions League, a lot of people dismiss the Champions League, like especially when Liverpool won it, to say that, oh well, you know, it's a lucky competition, and in the Premier League you have to be consistent over 38 games. But that's the truth. Hang on.
Not saying it's a lucky competition. You just have to be more consistent.
In the Premier, no, consistent is winning your games. In the Champions League, you have to win your games.
Okay, so you
have to win the round. So hang on. So just to finish. You have to win your games to win the Champions League. In the Premier League, you have to win as many of your games to win the Premier League.
You have to win more.
You don't have to win more, bro. There's only more games.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to win more.
But you don't have to win more, bro. Because you can win the Premier League.
I'm not sure about that one. Listen. You kind of have to win more.
Bro, because you have to play more games.
In the percentage, if you do a percentage, bro, a percentage win rate, you have to win all your rounds to go through in the Champions League.
But again, this is where stats are skewed.
You don't have to have a higher win percentage rate. So that's what I'm talking about, bro.
Let me just say one thing
because
quickly.
There's less games. Like it doesn't mean that the rate changes.
So one thing, you've heard people say sometimes people are cup managers. So let's look at Uriah Rene. He's with Sevilla. He's won Europa Cup.
Emery.
Yeah. Who did I say? Emery?
You said the black referee.
Uriah Rene. Emery. So let's say with Emery.
Yeah.
He's a cup specialist. You can set your team up to just win a one-off game. But if you try to do that for 37 games in the league, you probably get found out a few times.
What do you mean when you say cup specialist? What do you mean? Because a cup specialist means that technically you're playing like a one-off two fixtures.
Yeah, and you can set yourself. You can set your team up to win.
You can defend and counter attack.
Yeah. So let's say like Jose Mourinho. Mm-hmm. Not say he's a cup specialist, but he in a one-off game, I would rather have him than Pep. Because I think he can just, but over the course of a season, the way Mourinho sets up, I don't think that can help him to win the league.
He gets found out.
Yeah, so that's to say you can be lucky in the cup competition because you set yourself up. Cool.
Why is that luck? Why is that luck though? If that's what I didn't get. How that
it's not luck, but it's what I'm trying to say is that essentially it's harder. He can't replicate. No, let me finish.
Go on.
For him to replicate that thing where I'm just going to sit behind the ball for 37 games of the season, it may not work.
You're talking about the guy who's won the Premier League.
No, I'm not disputing that, but he tried it at Tottenham. What happened?
Yeah, but that's different because he had lesser players. But it's just what I'm saying. If Pep was to do what he did at Tottenham, would he win the league?
Yeah, but bro, he also had lesser players.
If Pep was to play how he plays at Man City at Tottenham, would he win the league? with Tottenham's players.
No, because he doesn't have the personnel.
Exactly. So you can't say that he tried it at Tottenham and he failed. He had the shit. Tottenham was shit.
What I'm saying, like, okay,
no offense.
He's done it at Man United.
You done it? What do you mean you done it at Man United?
How Mourinho sets up is how he sets up. He doesn't really deviate from it. When he first came, everyone, okay, now we want to talk about spending. When he first came to Chelsea, he had a checkbook and he bought everyone.
And he had the personnel to do
exactly
his to the T. And when he had that, he won.
Yeah, he won
what he needed to win.
Yeah. So
he's the same as Pep, technically.
No. The reason I threw that is because everyone says Pep is the only one that spends money, but everyone does.
Yeah.
But essentially, what I'm trying to say, I can most certain managers, Adidas, he can set himself in his team and say, you know what?
Yeah.
For 2 games, guys, 2 games only. I just need you to just be disciplined. Don't do this, and hopefully we might just get a lucky break and score.
Yeah.
For 37 games of the season, trying that tactic, it may not work.
But it didn't work for him in cups either.
I'd choose them as an example.
No, but I'm just saying. But my point is that you can't say that in cup that is luck, because we would see.
I'm not saying it's luck. I'm not saying it's luck, but you.
No, but this
more consistency is required in the league. So you're playing 37 games or 38 games of the season. Each team twice, the same team twice.
I agree with you that more
a long period of time.
Agree
Whereas
with
a
that.
cup game, if a cup game, this so-called cup that Man United won, in which they played 4 games and they played 4 championship teams. You know what I'm saying? That's a difference between the cup competition and the league.
Listen, I'm not dying on that Man United hill. So I think that Man United League Cup needs to be separated from this argument.
No, because you were really you were flying the flag like no one's business last week because you wanted to see me and Arsenal suffer.
I just heard some astounding news today. That apparently they didn't play any Premier League teams apart from Newcastle.
You didn't know that?
They played Charlton, Burnley, and maybe I don't know who
the
strongest team.
I don't know if Reading was the FA Cup or not.
Maybe FA Cup, but
Joey,
it wasn't.
That's just luck, bro. What can I say?
There you go. That's a cup competition.
That's just luck.
Okay.
The luck of the draw.
That's fine. Exactly. It's just luck.
That's fine. But then obviously you've got other teams that have won the same competition and they've not been lucky. So.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's not like.
But Joey, remember how the way I versed the question was quite careful on purpose. That's why I said more luck, because even when I consider Arsenal's best Champions League run, we had to go through quite some tough teams to get to that final. So if we had won that,
apparently.
Apparently, obviously, it's going to be down to everybody's perception, what have you. But I think it'd be quite agreed that we had a very, very tough run, and if we'd won that. You probably wouldn't have heard the end of it from Arsenal fans, and then you've got other like teams.
Sorry to De La Strada because he's not Arsenal fan.
No, I said sorry to De La Strada because I'm moving.
You don't want anything to do with him, do you?
They was talking reckless about you.
I heard it. But I am who I am, innit? Tell no lies.
But then you could talk about another Champions League run, like even obviously I mentioned you were talking about Mourinho, and I was just looking up like Porto's run, and I was looking at Monaco's run, and you can see some of the teams that they played en route to the final. And I think other than Real Madrid, Monaco probably didn't have to, and Chelsea.
Who did Porto play?
I was actually looking for Porto.
What you have to bear in mind about Porto and thingy is that these teams are big teams. Because Porto are not a big team and Monaco are not a big team.
Depends what team you mentioned.
But you have to look at Monaco at the time and you have to look at Porto at the time.
Yeah, that's what I like
so
if
they're playing teams that are technically better than them, but we don't consider them as giants, they're still big teams.
If they play Galatasaray?
Galatasaray is probably the same level as Porto. That's a tough fixture, bro. Like when they won it.
Yeah, I think you'd be. I think it's a good topic. But I think if you asked, let's say you asked like a random sample.
I have to agree with you on the sentiment because of the draw and because of Man United playing Championship and League One teams to lift the trophy.
Yeah. So then, to kind of circle back to my point. So obviously, I asked that question to then say, I think I'm fair in saying Arsenal are the second best team in England this year or this season, just based on
the Premier League.
Yeah,
and I agree with that. But if I bring other things in, I'm not gonna down that hill. But let's say, for example, who finished second? You could argue, for example, that other teams were better than Liverpool last season, or even Liverpool were better than Man City last season because they lost the season by a point and they got to the Champions League final. But according to you lot's logic, Man City are the best team in England.
No.
So by one point, I can't really.
No, but
that's why I can't. The logic doesn't.
Even if it goals different.
Yeah, exactly. They're still the best.
Yeah.
Why doesn't
They scored more goals than that season, bro.
And they won it.
Yeah.
They won the trophy, so they're the
Yeah,
best.
but then also Liverpool won. Liverpool were in the finals of another trophy, and then if they won the thing,
but they didn't win it.
But I'm saying if they did win it, then your logic doesn't stand. That's why I have a problem with it.
No, what I'm saying, okay.
Because remember, it's 1 point and winning the Champions League.
Yeah, but if Man City won the league by 1 point.
Yeah.
Liverpool got to the Champions League and lost.
Let's say they won the Champions League.
Okay,
what does that do to your logic?
No,
It makes it a very interesting argument.
Yeah, but
it does though. It does though, because you would have had 3 cups. You would have had 3 cups then, and you definitely would.
You don't think that if Liverpool like the season they did, because this actually happened, they lost this not last season when they won the Champions League, they lost the season by 1 point and they won the Champions League. Who had a better season that season?
Well, obviously, because you could argue you're the best team.
Who was the best team in England?
You could argue you're the best team in
Premiership.
Yeah, but then you would
that doesn't make any sense.
No, but then you would counter and say you're the best team in Europe, and then
how does that make sense? If England's in Europe, England's in Europe. How does that make sense? But then we won the World Club. And then we won the World Club Championship. Are we the best team in the world, the best team in Europe, but we're not the best team in England?
But no, because you didn't win the
But
Premiership.
we're not the best team in Peckham. But we're the best team in the whole fucking world. We're not Peckham. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
It's getting a bit out of hand.
But then this is when we bring in the luck element kind of thing when you're obviously layering that argument. But of course, you would have a strong argument. You've won 2 elite competitions.
Hang on, the season we won five trophies that season. Yeah,
which one? In
that calendar year, we won 5 trophies. Man City won the Premier League by 1 point. Man City are the best team in England. Liverpool aren't. That's what I'm saying. Hang on. Remember, I'm just spelling out my logic for you.
The same logic. So that's why I'm saying it's a different argument. But then you can argue both cases.
No, of course it's a different argument, but it's the same logic. And I'm saying your logic doesn't stand up in that argument. Is what my problem is.
No, but
you might. You know what? Even if I gave you that, in this particular argument, which you started it because you were refuting it.
No, because I didn't have a problem with your argument. I had a problem with the logic. I said that very clearly. So now that we're bringing your logic over to this argument, you're saying even if you give me that, you can't give me that.
No, because I mean, essentially, it still stands up in a sense that if Man City won the Prem, then they're the best team in England, because they've won the Prem. But then, obviously, taking that logic over to your taking that logic and then versing it with the logic you're presenting just now.
It's not logic. It's the facts of the situation.
But they're 2 facts. They're both facts. They're both facts. But then when you argue them together,
the best team in England for winning the Premier League is not a fact. That's not a fact. Remember, because I said it's
all right. But you know what is fact. Let me tell you what's fact.
You're not letting people finish. So that's why you're not allowing it to make Manny's point.
But I heard what he said. He said based on my logic.
What I'm saying is if the fact is, okay, I'll give you, all right, it's not fact that they're the best team in England. So forget that statement, just so this can land and hopefully you get it.
Please.
The fact is that they won the Prem, and the fact would have been that you won the Champions League or what have you not.
5 trophies in that calendar year.
Yeah, but we're talking about the season, but obviously when you take the calendar year, you're skewing it across 2 seasons potentially.
Okay, so we won 3 trophies in that
but those facts would then present the argument, okay, who's the best team in England? And then you'll bring up the fact, well, this one won the Prem, and then the reasons you argue your case at that one. And then you'll say, and this one won, these competitions, and you'll argue that case. But that doesn't disprove, or that doesn't mean that the logic behind my statement that Del Estrada's kicked off the pod with, that doesn't mean that they don't have legs.
So I'm not saying your logic is wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that none of them are factual because there's 2 different. There's 2, but that's what I'm saying. My problem is that you lot were presenting it as fact, and you kept on saying fact.
It's the closest measure of fact that we've got this season, though, because Man City's won the continental treble, so we haven't really got that many things to dispute. And Arsenal second.
Again, my problem was with the logic. That was it, because it has to be able. The logic has to be able to carry across seasons.
No, but what's happened now is like, it's like we've copied and pasted it, and we've had so many different arguments.
Yeah,
that's what logic is.
Too many.
Remember, that's what logic is, though.
But the argument
is that not what logic is? No, it can't just be applied to one season.
I'm not saying that, but that's so. With Strider's point, if Man City wins the league by 1 point,
yes,
and then Liverpool come and win 3 trophies in that same season, then it's like, it's more of a balanced argument. You can argue your case, and also Man City can argue their case for who's the best in the country. But in this situation where we're talking about Arsenal, That logic
guys,
applied.
I'm okay with that, but I'm just saying my problem is that logic doesn't. It has to be the same logic that applies every season. That the team that comes hang on. That the team that comes second has to be the best team in England, and even if they win, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
What did you say though? The team that comes second has to be the best team in England.
No, has to be the second best team.
He's saying you that logic has to apply across all.
It can't just be for one season. It has to be the benchmark.
But even if you do that, even in this season, because we did that last week.
I can concede this season to you, but like I said, in the case of
and we did
Liverpool,
that last week because you kept mentioning Manchester United's League Cup and stuff like that, and hence why you were diminishing Arsenal.
They were basically saying that every footballer wants to play for silverware.
Yeah,
right?
and then you brought up West Ham thing. So you actually did use that logic that you're presenting now. You used it last week as well.
Because it's like, if I'm a footballer, what season am I going to want to have? Am I going to want to have the season where I come second, or am I going to want to like win silverware? So logically, that's what it is for me, and that's why I kind of disagree with you lot's logic on that point. But I have to concede for this season. It's hard to argue what you're saying, but it doesn't apply across all seasons. That's my only point.
Cool.
So we'll wrap that one up, but just to make it for the record, Liverpool are the 5th best team.
Hey, you see, passive aggressive in the dictionary. Hey, we were just having a heated debate. This guy was silent, and he just stabbed me in my back for fucking Julius Caesar, mate.
We could go on forever with this, but let's quickly move on to our next segment, which would have been our first segment, but it was so good this first discussion, so I let it roll a bit. Which will be our basically our team of the season, which will be the best 11 that we think have been in England in the Premier League. Let me just state that. So we'll go around and I'll go one by one. We'll start with goalkeeper.
Are we going to go on the formation first, or?
That's a good point. I think it might be tough to agree on formation. I think we can have overlaps in terms of. If someone goes with a 4-3-3, I don't know, maybe we can have an overlap for like a 4-4-2. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we can agree with formation if we want to. I think we should get the
formation
because that could contribute to the best team. Because what team would be the best out of all the players we've seen in the Prem? Okay, and how would you gel them together? And I think the formation's important.
Cool. Okay, so what we'll say, we do the formation then.
Are you saying that so you can get 2 strikers up there?
I haven't told you Harry Kane.
Not even
Haaland and Ivan Toney. No,
yeah, we'll do the formation, and then obviously if people have players that they think that they would like to include, then we've also got like a subs bench as well.
No, I don't think we should have a subs bench.
No.
You know what I think. We'll do the formation based on the names that come up.
No, but you have to choose the formation first.
We know we're just going to have one striker, innit?
Is it fair though? Is it fair?
Yeah, exactly.
4-3-3, so that's why.
Let's do 3-5-1 because there's not been that many good defenders either, bro.
Yeah.
3-5-1.
Ew.
You're the host, you decide.
Start host, yeah.
You guys, isn't it? What are you agreeing with in terms of formation?
I was going to say 4-3-3, bro.
I would have said 4-3-3 as well.
I would say 4-3-3 is more.
Let's go 4-3-3, bro.
Yeah.
More in line with how.
But the striker conversation is tough though.
Oh yeah,
it's not tough, but it's tough because
it's got to be Haaland, isn't it?
But then that's tough on your Kane.
Do we want to start with strikers?
Your Ollie Watkins.
Do you want to start with strikers?
Let's go. There can only be one winner.
You lot can't tell me tough after you lost the season twice by 1 point. You can't tell me tough, right? That's the way the cookie crumbles.
You had less luck that season, so shut your mouth, Ribber.
Alright, cool. Me and you, yeah, bro. Let's have it. Let's fucking have it. That's the second knife you put in my back, bro.
Let's fucking have it. Yeah. So what goalkeeper? What are you saying, Ramsdale?
We're just going to go around the room and choose, and then
we can all shout out. To be honest,
well, if we say a name and then we just agree on one,
yeah.
Or everyone has their own team. I'd probably.
We all do one team. Just say who you think should go in that position, and then
the majority vote wins it.
Yeah. You don't have to say Ramsdale, bro.
Yeah, I want to say Ramsdale, but I don't actually think it's Ramsdale.
Really?
Don't say Ramsdale.
Yeah, I don't think it's Ramsdale. I mean, I think he started off really well, and I think he's in the conversation. But I just think Raya.
Does anyone think Ederson?
Yeah, I was going to say maybe Edison's up there.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good shout as well. Because I think I was going to say,
did you think it though?
No, now you've mentioned it. I'm thinking actually, why couldn't he be?
Did you, Della?
No, I got Alisson.
Did you? Why didn't we think of Edison? Because
no, I've got my team ready. I'm just
no, because I'm thinking he's had a good season, but for some reason he hasn't really popped in my head as
because he went unnoticed, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think he had his greatest season.
He didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm thinking fantasy football league. What goalkeepers were most dependable for me? I'm thinking like. Alisson was good. Raya, Brentford's.
Yeah, I was going to say the Brentford one as well.
And then Newcastle's, what's his name? Pope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have said Pope until he done that clanger against Liverpool, bro.
So who are we picking out those 4 or 5?
You choose yours, then we go around. Then if someone's got 2, then that person wins it.
I was going to go with the Man City one.
So you got Edison.
Yeah.
I've got Alisson. Strives.
I'm gonna go with Pope.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Alisson only because our defense was so bad and he had to work hard this season, man. But it wasn't his greatest season by any stretch.
Yeah, Alisson would be good. To be fair, I'm not mad at Alisson. He can play out. He can play out from the back with him. He judges the distance well in terms of coming out and staying in.
Yeah.
So
Alisson in goal. Right, who are we going to go for left back?
I said Zinchenko.
As a crowd against you.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not backing you on that one. Once upon a time, I would have, but I don't know.
It's fine. It's my team. You choose yours.
Yeah, I feel you. But,
what did it for you, Strives? Was it the team talk?
No, you know what did it for me?
Southampton against bottom of the league. The Huddle against bottom of the league.
So when you find yourself in those situations, bro, you got to do these team talks. You know what it was? It was the Liverpool game, you know?
The nutmeg.
I was so angry, bro.
Yeah.
I was so angry with him. And then it wasn't like isolated. He kept making little mistakes. And then obviously the Europa game, I felt similar about Zinni.
It wasn't the first game at Etihad when everybody was sunning him and rubbing his head.
Oh, that's just the relationship he has with his ex-players.
You lot took a send out. You lot got a send out.
And then what did he do? Is congratulated them after winning the Champions League.
To go shop, yeah.
Listen now.
All right. So Zinni, who would be my left back?
I'm gonna go for an out there one. I enjoyed him this season. I'm gonna say Estupinian because the second half of the season was quite good for him.
How about his first half?
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking.
First half wasn't the greatest, but I think if you the next ones up there are probably like Luke Shaw and Zinchenko, and I think he finished the strongest out of all 3 of them. And if you combine first half and second half, I think he's had the better season out of all of them.
Fair. Mine's Luke Shaw.
How do we decide this? Driver.
Strives.
You might as well pick out the 3 names.
Yeah, I know, man.
I mean, what are you going to say? Andy Robertson. You got their assist though still.
So are you going to ask him again, Joey?
What?
Is Zinni better than Luke Shaw?
Hey. Listen.
But you know what? If out of the 2, I think I would pick Zinni.
But choose.
But I'm basically, what's in my mind is I'm wondering if I go for, even though you man ain't really mentioned him, but Dan Burn was quite solid.
Yeah, but you can mention him, but again, it just means
no. If Dan Burn's your guy, say Dan Burn, innit?
Yeah, then we have to decide out of the 4.
We have to figure out a way to decide.
All right, you know what I'm going to do? This is going to sound mad because obviously I didn't want to give it to him. I'm going to give it to Zinni, but let me tell you why. I'm going to give it to Zinni just because although what he maybe lacks defensively, I think what he gives you going forward, the team that I think we're going to build is going to be what we might rely on in terms of breaking the teams down and winning. So I just his inverted play, and it's just a matter of concentration for him. He can defend, but I just think his concentration.
Do you know what's crazy about that? Is that the same brush that you use him to paint him in a good light is the same thing that put Alexander Trent on the watch list.
I get you, but I think Trent is I think he's
concentration, bro, man.
Yeah, but I think
when
he's
he defends, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think he's just been a bit more guilty of it, or maybe the spotlight's been on him a little bit more. I don't know who's let him down in the Liverpool team in that regard, but
Klopp for me.
Yeah, so
Okay, so we're going for Zinni?
did he get the majority vote?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Just you and
You're not going to sleep well tonight because I can see your eyes, bro.
Yeah, no, Zinni's like, yeah, I don't want to divert too much, but I argued with somebody that he hadn't justified his signing just yet. Like, I thought he was a good signing, but I felt like he
still is a good signing.
Yeah, but I didn't feel like he justified the signing just yet. But then I did yield eventually.
And how much was it for?
Was that 30 million?
Yeah, so it wasn't much, but it's just because of he missed a bit of a good portion of the season through injury, some of the mistakes that was made, and then
first season, man.
Yeah, but then in terms of what he gave Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal would have been Arsenal without him. So you have to.
I mean, you definitely tried with Tierney and looking crazy.
All right, let's go to right back now. Go left back, right back, then the centre halves.
I said Trippier.
Yeah, I would say. What about Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
But name your person, innit?
Oh, because I didn't. Okay. Oh, what is it? Is that the rotation? Is it me? Okay.
You can jump in. You don't have to be in that order.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel like you're a bit under pressure to answer straight after the rebel.
You know what? Yeah, I mean Trippier. No, I'm gonna throw in AWB, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw in AWB. He came on leaps and bounds.
Ten Hag did something to him, didn't he?
But that leaps and bounds is still maybe light years behind
Trippier.
The other elite right backs. For me, it's still like it leaves Man United very unbalanced when he's playing. In like,
I know what you mean.
To come up the right hand side, so everybody really
defensively great, but that's it.
Every other team can just defend on their right hand side and then let AWB run into the box if they want.
Oh, because what you're saying going forward, he improved in that respect though.
A little bit, but he's
like I said,
enough to be the best.
The leaps and bounds are still light years behind all the rest.
Yeah, but then think about how he would mesh with a Zinni. Like, so if Zinni's going forward and whatnot, doing inverted, then you got AWB.
But you know what? They don't play for the same team.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what we're making.
No, I don't get what you're saying.
Yeah, because we're trying to make the team of the season.
This team we're building is not going to play together.
Yeah, but you have to imagine they're going to play together.
They don't have to gel. They don't have to gel, bro.
But was he the best right back of the season?
Oh, I get it. Okay, because I'm not building my team. I need to build the best. Right,
the best on paper. Was he your favorite right back?
No, well, to be fair, not the whole season, no. But I did appreciate his. I think the value in terms of
Ben White was better than him this season.
Ben White was good, but then because I'm an Arsenal fan and the way we capitulated, it's like it's diminishing.
You're being unfair, bro.
Exactly. I am being unfair. I appreciate that. Trippier was definitely better than him over the course of this whole season.
Joey?
So that's it.
Trippier, I'm going to go with Trippier.
Yeah, mine was Trippier as well.
But I think AWB definitely deserves a little shout out.
Honourable shout out.
Yeah, honourable.
What is he like?
I hear what Joey's saying though, in terms of he's doing what he needs to do, but then he is way behind.
Enough, yeah,
he's way behind.
It's like most improved player, bro, which is a disrespect of an award.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Actually, is it? Yeah, it depends.
The best player on the team never gets it, do they?
All right, cool. We'll move on to the.
I'm conflicted because I know we gave that award out at Belmont.
The centre halves.
Who did you give it to?
I think I've got a name in mind, yeah, but because of what you just said, I'm not saying it.
Yeah. As long as it won't be.
All right, Della, who you're pairing in the middle of the defence?
I said Saliba and Botman.
Ooh. Not bad. Not bad. Strives or Joey, just shout them out.
I'm going to say... Sorry, no, go on, Strives. Or Dre, you might have to go with me and Strives.
I've got Saliba and Martinez.
No, it's got to be Man City centre-back, who's been probably one of the best signings this season.
Diaz?
No, a Nigerian one.
You said Man City?
Yeah.
Akanji,
yeah.
Switzerland, bro.
Nigerian, though.
Oh.
Come on.
Saliba, though. I think I would put Saliba in there.
Potentially, but because he didn't complete the season, I'm a bit hesitant to put him in.
What about Gabriel?
I kind of think Gabriel had a really good season. If I'm going to be honest. Like, and I think it's unfair that Saliba gets a nod over him.
No, I'm just going for balance.
Yeah. I'll definitely I'll put Akanji in because I think Akanji's had an amazing season.
He has done well.
And according by you lot's logic, best centre back in England.
Well, because okay, well, whatever, man. I'm not getting drawn back into this one.
He's trying.
The other one, who did you said Botman? I think Botman's good, but I don't think he's the best in England.
Konate
had too many mares this season.
I'm gonna say I was gonna Varane.
Nah, didn't play enough game, and he got that 7-0.
Did Martinez play in that 7-0?
Yeah,
Martinez and Varane was the centre back pairing.
Yeah, because Salah did.
Yeah, he did that.
Oh yeah.
Into the shadow realm.
How could I forget?
Damn.
But they've changed that though. If you see the picture, they've got Martinez running towards the Champions League and Salah running towards the Europa Cup.
No, it's still the shadow realm, bro. It's still the shadow realm, bro.
Like, you know what? Good on you, man. Because you can't keep taking bad up from this Liverpool fan.
He's been banning me up this episode, bro. He's been banning me up this episode.
No, but you know what? I'm just thinking across the whole season, yeah. Jay's been humble, you know.
Remember 7-0? Did I say anything on 7-0?
I've got to give it to Joe. Joey.
No, I don't want it from you, bro. But no, other CB.
I say Gabriel and Akanji.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Gabriel and Akanji as well. Guess we win by default.
Yeah, you win by default then. Yeah,
who did you say?
I said Saliba Martinez.
No, so then Saliba.
Saliba's got 2 then.
Saliba's got 2 as well. Ooh. So Saliba or Gabriel.
But it's because 2 of you have
Saliba
the same.
or Akanji.
Because 2 of you have the same players, didn't you? So I thought that's what.
You said Gabriel and Akanji.
Oh,
I said Gabriel and Akanji, and he said Saliba, and you said Saliba.
And you said Saliba.
Yeah, but I'm saying you two are in unison.
Yeah. But then basically, we need to choose between Saliba
Akanji, and...
Yeah, Saliba, Akanji, and Gabriel.
I'm taking Saliba over Akanji. Bear in mind, Akanji, he played well, but we're talking about centre-back. Saliba played centre-back. Akanji played right-back, left-back, centre-back. So based on that, if we're talking about centre-backs, I'll say Saliba.
Yeah, I would take Saliba as well.
Over Akanji?
Yeah.
This team is not going to be Saliba and Gabriel, though.
So then Saliba and Akanji.
More likely, Saliba and Akanji is a better pairing than Gabriel and Akanji.
So it'll be what? Trippier, Saliba, Akanji, and Zinni?
Yeah, and Zinni, yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm all right with that.
That's an all right. Yeah. That's an all right back line. Pause. Is that a pause?
So who is right back again?
Trippier.
Yeah.
That's not a bad. Who's the
left centre back? Akanji.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's move on to the midfield. Do we want to just do all 3, or do we want to do one at a time?
Well, what we're doing? We're doing.
Are we doing left midfield? Yeah.
8, 6, 10.
DM. I'm saying Rodri.
Yeah, 100%.
I said Rodri.
Rodri. In unison for that.
8. What about 8?
KDB.
I had Odegaard.
Yeah, I would have probably put Odegaard on the other side. 8, 10.
Yeah, they can move. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said maybe we should say all 3.
Okay, so
I think I put Gondo ahead of KDB.
So I think say your 3 midfield.
Rodri, Gondo, and ODG.
So I said Rodri, KDB, and Odegaard.
Yeah, that's mine would be the same. But I've maintained Odegaard and KDB are probably would be in my team from even when we did the midway point. I don't think much has changed to change that.
And Joey, what's yours? Bruno, Fred, and Casemiro.
You know what? Bruno's a decent shout.
He's a beast. You know?
He did all right. He did all right, but I didn't have him in mind. I didn't.
Okay, who did you? Nice.
I had Rodri, Odegaard.
Why have you got Odegaard, by the way? I know I think mine, I've loved him all season, but he did have a little bit of the season, where...
It was consistent. Double figures and goals and assists, right?
But then towards the end of the season, I think round after the Southampton game, maybe, I feel like he was a bit anonymous
pressure affects us all differently. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm just doing devil's advocate.
Who do you think was better than him over the 38 games?
I know you said Gundo, but I think he only really came amazing towards the end of the season.
Bruno could have a shout.
That's not true. Gundo was remember because KDB was a bit dusty at the start of the season.
Dropped, yeah.
And when KDB was getting dropped,
he wasn't even playing every game though, bro. Gundo.
Yeah, he was. What do you mean?
Not every game.
Neither did KDB. KDB got dropped and got lambasted in the publicly by Pep.
That's true.
And when KDB wasn't playing, Gundo was there.
Yeah, he was performing.
So it's a bit skewed that we're putting KDB in over Gundo, in my opinion. But to say that he only just started playing towards the end of the season is not.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
But what was your third man?
It was weird because I didn't even really have a proper. I think mine was in like I imagine I had Saka, but we put him up front in it.
You did that last time as well.
Yeah. See, Saka, I don't know. You put him in mid or do you put him up front? And
you put him in the front three.
Give us your three because right now it's KDB and Odegaard. No, Rodri and Odegaard is cemented. I think KDB is the last one that we're questioning.
It's KDB or Gundo, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Or maybe you throw Bruno in there.
Yeah, you can throw Bruno in.
It makes no difference because he hasn't got enough votes.
Actually, you've both said KDB, innit?
Yeah, I said KDB.
I think it's settled then, really and truly.
So KDB, Rodri, and Odegaard, is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
And then the front three?
That would be a dope midfield.
That would be a good midfield, man. No qualms.
Front three then?
Salah.
Oof. Yeah, you got to have him, man.
I mean, some people think you got to have Saka over him.
Well, I said Saka, Haaland, and Martinelli.
Where Saka ain't got the legs, though. According to some people, according to Strauss.
No, I never said that. I've never said that.
But you've been of that sentiment. You never said it. You never said it specifically.
If we want to have a debate over Saka and Salah, okay, you look at numbers and you say, okay, Salah's numbers are better. But eye test is very important, and Saka's performances were better than Salah's performances. No one can't dispute
over
that.
the whole season.
Yeah, exactly. So based on that, Saka goes ahead of him.
Not really, because
Saka gave us something defensively. So sometimes, like for instance, the Newcastle game,
yeah. But come on, we can't be rating our wide men like for
no. But if he's also,
for example, did Odegaard give you anything defensively? What Gundo did, but Odegaard got into the team over Gundo.
No, but if you're factoring everything, so Salah's numbers are not too far off Salah's.
What? So say that again.
Salah's numbers are not too far off Salah's.
What's the numbers? What's the actual numbers?
I can't remember, but when I looked at it, I think maybe Salah's probably got 4 more goals than Saka.
We don't need to argue this. I because Saka had a great season. I obviously, in terms of who's a better player and who had the better season return, for me is Salah.
Yeah, that's what I said to you.
So that's why I just put him in the team.
We can look at the numbers and say,
but who's
Salah's numbers are better,
and who's a better player.
And it's not so much who's a better player, who had a better,
I'm just saying
better in the season.
Who played better in the season?
And I think Saka played better. He had better performances than Salah. Salah. Let's be.
When you say, sorry, hang on. When you say better performances, what do you mean?
As in who contributed more for their teams overall? Like, let's be. Salah can be quiet.
Salah did because we did the numbers comparison.
Let me finish. So Salah can be quiet. Let me finish. He can be quiet for the whole course of the game. He may score a goal or two. But Saka, throughout the whole game, he's active.
Strives that because Strives had massive qualms with Saka towards the end of the season.
Yeah, maybe towards the end of the season.
Yeah. But that's not consistency then, is it though?
This is the point I said. Maybe towards the end of the season.
Which means not consistency.
So the latter stages
Salah
of the season,
wasn't that consistent at the beginning.
There we go.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. So you can't talk about consistency because it's like, for example, KDB's in the team and KDB wasn't consistent.
We're being too pedantic here.
We're not, bro.
I just said, you got Saka versus Salah. Salah's numbers are better, not considerably better, just marginally better. Yeah. Then we look at the eye test and who plays better in the games. And I personally think Saka has played better.
You lost me at eye test. You lost me at eye test because your eye test is different to my eye test.
Okay, but again,
you said we look at the eye test. Your eye test is different to mine, so we can't use that as a metric.
And you know, even what you said, it's even fine because this is my eye and that's your eye. So with my eye, I'm saying Saka. With your eye, you're saying Salah.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
So what's your 3 then, De La Strada?
Saka on the right, Haaland up top and Martinelli on the left.
Oof. Wow.
Hey, this is my team, right?
Yeah.
It really is.
So who's go pick? Let me hear your names.
The one name I don't want to hear is fucking Rashford, bro.
Yeah, I had him in my team.
I knew it. I knew it, bro.
Had him on the left.
Who had a better season than Rashford and Martinelli?
I think Martinelli did.
Yeah.
Maybe just.
So I'd put Martinelli in. I think Haaland will go up top. The right is where I'm conflicted at the moment. I'm currently looking at Salah versus Saka stats.
Cool. So
But I mean, in my heart wants to go for.
So we're not even
What's the
thinking
stats
about.
just out of interest.
I'm just all right. So it's showing before I went onto this page. Yeah, the 1v1. This is really good page. Page, but it says Mohamed Salah has a total of 11 assists, 32 key passes. These are passes leading to a shot on goal, and he created a total of 0 chances. Bukayo Saka has a total of.
He had no assists.
You got 11 assists, but the 32
playing with Nunes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Never finished it.
But apparently the 32 key passes, and it says he created a total of 0 chances. I don't really get that.
Just give me goals and assists.
Yeah, and then
Sorry,
Bukayo
you
has a
said
total
he
of 9 assists, 23 key passes.
He made passes that led to shots on goal. Or shots.
Well, this is what it says here. Yeah, literally, like I'll read it to you. But essentially, Mo Salah's got 2 more assists than Saka, and he scored more goals than Saka in it. So
How many more goals, sir?
I don't even have that here. Hold on, let me check.
So they give you key passes but not goals. And
But this was. I know.
It's mad.
The Nigerian side, yo.
No, this site is decent. Hold on, let's see though. Where are we? Let me put the.
Sorry, Dre, what's yours?
Finding it difficult because I just had a mad amount of names. So I had left Rashford, and then right, because obviously I'll take him out the mid and I put him out front. I have Saka, and then in the middle is where I've got 3 players, and I don't know who to pick.
Well, because this has to be Haaland, isn't it? Like, who are you picking over Haaland?
Bro, there's Kane, Haaland, and there's Tony. That's what I had.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on, Dre.
Cool. We'll go with Haaland then, isn't it?
You don't have to.
The majority will go with him
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
so it has to be. It would be.
So
Stripes, we're just waiting on you, to be fair.
What's yours?
Mine was Salah, Haaland, and I don't even know who. Like, I can't pick Martinelli because he doesn't.
Well, pick who you want.
I'm just
innit?
saying. But I don't really have anything. It feels like I'm being a hater because
You got off slightly being a hater.
I can't pick somebody who doesn't dribble looking up. That's sacrilegious, isn't it, bro? Like, that's crazy. So that Rashford kind of pips him to it, but then Rashford return wasn't nothing to write home about, even though it's his best ever season.
I'm gonna put Salah in.
But I have interest. Can you just say what they're...
Yeah, so the both. So Saka's got 14 goals compared to Salah's 19 goals, 11 assists compared to Salah's 12 assists. So yeah, numbers are they're quite similar. Like 25 in total goals and assists.
Sorry, hang on. You just said 19 goals is similar to 14 goals.
It's not.
So it's not that many goals. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying it's similar, but it's not like considerably bigger.
Bro, 5 goals is a considerable difference.
Jules, it's not, bro.
All right, so goals and assists, 31 versus 25. Like
no, bro. We know that goals are weighted higher than assists. Let's have it right.
No, not this bit. What I'm trying to say, overall, okay, he scored 5 more goals. Okay, cool, but that's what was said in the thing.
Are you not hearing this?
Nah.
Do you know what 5 goals is weighted?
But it's goals. No, I'm not disputing that.
I'm just saying it's not that many. Like,
exactly. It's not 10 goals.
Yeah, it's not like
it's 5.
Yeah, like Salah's got 25 and Saka's got 9 or something like that. You know what I mean? It's 19.
But they
14.
were saying it was one of Salah's worst seasons.
Bro, this is one of Salah's worst seasons, and this is one of Saka's best ever seasons.
Exactly.
Guess what?
Yeah, but
you're telling me you lot are telling me that 5 goals.
Harold is. By the way, I'm not saying like obviously
you just said Harold.
No, I'm saying how old? Yeah, how old is Saka?
It's Harold.
I'm just saying how old is Saka in it? Like the guy is.
I hear that, but we can't let age skew it because if you're good enough, you're old enough.
No, great. And that's why I put Salah in the team.
That as well.
Yeah, that's why I put Salah in the team, and I'm conflicted because I know what Saka presents to Arsenal, and I don't necessarily buy the argument as much as some of the other fans that he needs all this rest and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the purposes of our team in the season, I think it'd be a disservice to the listeners
so
and
what
to
are your
our
three
team.
strives, sorry?
You said
Salah, Haaland, and Martinelli.
So just on the whole Salah and Saka
Yeah.
debate. So we are solely focused on stats.
Not just stats.
So let me even though I'm saying that, let's be real. Salah stinks.
No, he did.
You see what I'm saying? This is where the agenda's coming out. The agenda. I love it. And you can all see. You can see the devil coming out of him, bro.
I can't lie. I can't lie. That one caught me off guard.
Can I lie? Yeah. If we take out the goals, take out assists, and we watch them play football,
Bro.
you're taking Saka every single day over Salah.
No, bro. No.
But Salah's performances were rubbish for most part of it.
They weren't.
But
They weren't.
Liverpool will play shit. He'll score goals.
Yeah.
Stats.
Because Liverpool.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Liverpool playing shit, bro.
No, but that's what. And Salah was also playing shit.
In the team that's
But he'll
playing,
score
in the team
goals.
that's the second best in England. Air quotation marks.
No, bruv,
So what would have Salah gotten if he was playing in the second best team in England?
But he didn't. But that's the point
This
I'm
is
trying
what
to
I'm saying. This is.
No, Jules. The point I'm trying to make here. Take out the stats.
I'm with Jerry.
I think I'm out of arguing credits today, bro.
Okay.
I've argued with everybody here today, bro.
Just let me land.
I just want to drink some water.
Just let me land. The point I'm trying to make here, and we can't dispute it.
We can. I promise you we can.
Okay,
And we will.
Okay, go for it.
No.
Let's be real. If we just look at just the eye test, in terms of performances, Saka's performances were, for me, better than Salah's. Yes, Salah scored 5 more goals, but that doesn't mean you had a better season because you scored 5 more goals. If I'm just watching people play with the eye test, I think Salah will stink in it, but he'll score a consolation goal for Liverpool.
Question.
Stats, go.
Question. What about Haaland versus Harry Kane? Who had the better season? Because it's purely stats. That's why I just want to ask.
The difference.
I want to ask you. I want to ask you.
But you see what you do? You ask the question.
Yeah.
And when someone's trying to answer, you're still
because it's
answering.
a simple answer, and you're going to go into a soliloquy.
I'm not.
We're over, bro.
In terms of though, Haaland scored 50 goals in the whole season. Kane didn't score that. So as a striker,
just Premier League. We're just talking about Premier League.
What was the numbers in Premier League?
I don't know. But it was, I think it's 36, maybe 36.
As a striker,
and the word Harry Kane got like 30 something.
Yeah, as a striker, I'm
20.
taking Haaland
because of what?
Because he's going to score goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Sam, you just
no. It didn't. Because a striker, you score goals. A winger, you need to be up and down. You need to perform.
You don't need to be up and down as a winger, bro.
No. Okay. I'll start because we're just going to be.
No. But you said that. What does up and down?
Doesn't have to be up and down.
No. What does that mean?
So a winger could in a team, your winger could just stay up front and not come back and defend.
Yeah, especially if you're Arsenal and you have majority of possession in the game. Isn't that how it is?
No,
so I don't really get your point.
No, but Arsenal. The one thing I will say
all the time.
No, I just didn't. I didn't get your point.
You said Arsenal.
No, I didn't get your point. You said a winger has to be up and down, but that's not what comes into mind when I think of Saka. That's why I'm confused when you said that.
Saka is up and down, though.
So what comes into your mind?
Because Saka's, I think, in terms. Sorry,
defending the attacks. What comes into your mind?
No, because I don't really see him defending as.
You don't watch Arsenal. That's why.
Of course, I watch every game. I watch football. Don't do me that like that. But do we not see Salah on the edge of his box getting the ball and bombing forward for Alisson to do his balls? Well, I don't get what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you do see that, but not as much as you would see with a Saka. So obviously, I see.
Is there any? Can we back that by anything other than your opinion?
We can't. Anything we need to back it today.
No, you know what? Yeah,
it's a lost case.
I was actually looking because in defending wise, interception, Salah's got 6 compared to Saka's 14.
Okay.
Salah's got 21 tackles compared to Saka's 63.
Okay.
Massive difference.
Successful tackles.
That's when you say massive difference. Not when it's just a 5.
No, but did you see what happened there, bro? I didn't know, so I asked you. I had a quite problem with what you said, so I asked, and then you've given me facts, bro.
Yeah. So I can't
argue with that.
All-rounded game. I get why. Obviously, if you're looking at eye tests, and I know a man like De La Strada, he's watching all facets of the game, so I can see why he said that. I wouldn't have gone as far as saying Salah stinks.
Okay,
though.
that I did.
No, but that's hyperbole.
You
have to do that to crush your enemy.
I get it. That's why it was the shot that made us laugh, innit? But in terms of just forward play, yes, I feel like Salah was superior to.
But let me put this there, because Haaland scored 36, Kane got 30 goals.
Yeah.
I know we're saying we're taking Haaland because he scored more goals and
6
everything.
goals, bro. It's not that much.
But the thing is,
it's not that much.
Oh, now it's not that much.
I'm taking the piss.
I thought you meant that.
Let's be honest, though. In the context, fucking Kane's at Tottenham, bro.
Yeah.
And he scored 30 goals.
Yeah.
For context, Salah's at Liverpool, who came 5th. Saka's at Arsenal, who came 2nd. Second best team in England. We can't apply context to one and not apply it to the other, bro. I think there's a bit of a bias running here, bro.
I can't. No,
I said
because
context instead of
you also said he stinks.
No, but now that multivariant term that you introduced to the pod will come into play because
respect me for that, please, because you still haven't given my accolades for saying that.
You can have respect for adding another word into my vocab.
And univariate as well.
Cool.
Yeah, but because Arsenal, Saka was sharing the goals with the other forwards as well.
So the front three is Saka, Haaland, and Martinelli. Is that right?
Yeah, who was your left?
Yours, yeah. I never said mine.
Well, you had Rashford, and who was your top man?
Rashford, Haaland, and then Saka.
Okay, you said yours yet, Joe? No. Oh yeah. You don't want to give it to Martinelli, do you?
I'm giving it to Rashford, bro. Fuck this shit.
So that's to. Hold on, what did you say, Rashford?
Rashford, yeah.
You too.
So what,
Rashford on both wingers.
Is it?
Yeah, because they said Saka. We said Salah.
Oh shit. Okay. So what do you do?
I think we have to do it by the stats, innit? Because you said 1 point and 1 goal. Best team in England, innit? Let's use your logic across.
Yeah, we have to do it probably by stats.
So who wins it for?
Hold on, let me check Martinelli and Rashford.
How many goals did Martinelli get?
I feel like he got...
Because Rashford got 17 in the league.
Okay, so I thought he had 15, Martinelli, but I'm going to check that. Let me quickly check that now. Oh, you know why you're a hater, yeah, man. Just give it to Martinelli, man. Because you don't even like freaking Rashford, man.
Come on, man. I'm just trying to use what's logic, man.
You don't even like
Rashford. Martinelli, is it 15 goals?
Ew. Yuck.
In the Premier League.
Why is this thingy? I'm finding it hard to get to change
Rashford?
the.
I'm looking
I think it's 17. I think. Don't quote me.
Rashford is 17, so we got to go Rashford.
What
about assist though?
Nah, we go on goals, man. We're strikers, bro.
What are you talking about? Wow, they're playing. They're left forwards. I need to get. I don't know how to get out of these two, man. I'm trying to get out because
you have to factor goals in the season.
Yeah, man.
Let me have a look then.
These guys are being crazy, man.
I mean, if we must. We know Martinelli ain't got no assist in it, so I don't know why. But neither Rashford, to be fair.
I think assists it says 5.
Martinelli's got double figures.
Any double figures or close to?
And hang on, just for the record, we agreed that we weight goals more than assists, right?
Of course you do.
Yeah. We
said
do.
You don't.
No, he said of course we do.
So then, what do we do then? We give half points to the assists and add it to the number of goals.
I just want to know how many assists he got.
Yeah, hold on.
Actually, that might have been team play.
I'm getting it up now. I'm
Boys, I just want to say this is very unprofessional. Everybody's on their phones during recording.
No, because
I've done my team. You guys didn't come prepared.
We've done it, man. We're combining. Remember, we have to decide.
I think it is 5 for Martinelli.
5 assists.
Yeah,
5 assists, 15 goals.
Yeah. What did Rashford get?
5 assists, and 17 goals.
Rashford got 5 assists.
Yeah, and he got less appearances as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so he got 35 compared to Martinelli's 36.
Oh, Martinelli stinks.
Bruv, are you mad?
I'm just hyperbole, man. Salah stinks. Martinelli stinks to high hell, bro.
So what are we saying? Are we going with Rashford?
Yeah, no, man. This has been decided, bro. We're going with Salah and
Rashford. This is an abomination.
This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
This is an abomination, bruv.
So Salah, Haaland and Rashford.
You realise, that Arsenal scored the second most goals in the Premier League, and you're trying to take out. You need to have one of them, Saka or
Would
Martinelli.
they have done that without Saliba? That's my point. And he's in the team.
So who are we going for?
And Zinchenko.
Well, Haaland is definitely.
Haaland's in there. If you're going by stats, then you would say.
Then we keep in Rashford on the left for sure.
Rashford on the left, Salah on the right.
Due to stats. And then,
if that was the barometer that you guys wanted to.
On the right.
No, that was the barometer that you guys wanted to go by.
No, because the reality is you just didn't want to give it to Rashford. I heard we heard you deliberated on the pod.
No, I didn't want to give it to Rashford,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it turns out Rashford is
And you
better
said-
than Martinelli. He's had a better season than Martinelli.
It's true that the facts don't lie, bro.
the stats don't lie, bro.
No, it's debatable.
Of course, it's debatable.
Yeah.
Just like the other argument we had, but we
Stop trying to bring the argument back up, man.
No, guys, I'm trying to progress. I'm trying to progress.
You keep bringing it back.
Who are we going for on the right then?
No, it's Salah, bro, man. It's
Is it definitely Salah?
Yeah,
Bro,
I mean,
come on, we've
Is
done
that
the
due
numbers.
to stats as well?
Yeah, bro.
Purely due to stats?
Yeah,
No, and who's a better player in general?
purely
no, because I'm thinking to myself,
who's a
I'm
better
trying
player
to think. We don't need Saka's tracking back in this team that we're building. I know you said that's not the barometer.
Yeah, stop doing that, man.
That's what I'm giving it to Salah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Salah.
So we finally got through it.
Oh man, that was painful. Still,
Yeah, we got there. All right.
Yeah, so you list out the team then, so because obviously the listeners might. I don't even know if I've even kept track.
I know it. I can go.
So in goal was Alisson.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we had
Saliba.
left back
yeah.
was
Zinni.
Right back was
Trippier.
Trippier. Then it was
Saliba and Akanji.
Yeah, Saliba and Akanji. Then in the midfield it was Rodri, Odegaard and KDB, is that right?
Correct.
And then up front we had Rashford, Haaland and Salah. It's not a bad team, man.
I'd say probably the best team in the season.
That's why I said it'd be interesting if we had subs, because then it'd be dope. But yeah, that's that 11 is
go
sick.
through the substitution argument.
Yeah.
It'll be mainly Arsenal players if you ask me. Partey, Saka, Martinelli,
Gundo.
maybe Gundo and Kane. That would be your sub bench.
Yeah. Cool.
Might even put Ramsdale in there.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to our next segment. Just quickly touch on transfers going on at the moment with our respectable clubs. What do we think so far in terms of the market, in terms of what's going on, especially with all these Saudi clubs coming in for the talent?
Well, Saudi have clearly, they're gunning for football and they want to take it away from the rest of the world like they did with golf.
Yeah, and they got that eventually.
Do you have any moral standpoint on that, or you're indifferent?
Because the Premier League sold their soul a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, who's anybody in England to have a moral standpoint against Saudis coming in? And
I mean, big up to the players, man. Get your money, but just for some players, I'm just wondering why you don't want to compete in the European elitist leagues and clubs already. Like Zaha was.
I can give you 500,000 reasons.
Yeah, you know what? I hear you. I do hear you. To be fair, I hear you, but. Yeah, I think sometimes when you weigh up the context, like for instance, like when Lionel Messi was linked with Saudi,
but I think the likelihood is that he's going to be getting some kind of franchise deal as well, the same way David Beckham got.
Yeah.
So it probably is still financial.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So financial, yeah, I'm with you. And then what about Zaha? Did he actually get the Saudi?
No, so I haven't heard anything is complete, but I reckon Zaha would go, and he should go. Like, he's done, he's got his mural round the corner.
Yeah. I saw that.
I mean, he's sorted here, man. So like, if you've been a kind of like a loyal servant of a club and you've done your time, it's like you're in the twilight of your career now. Like, just get that bread, man. That's where I think it makes sense. But Ruben Neves going to Al Hilal.
Yes.
Yeah.
That to me you've not won anything, bro, man. Like, you were captain of what was
Wolves?
it? No, captain of Porto at 19.
Okay.
Captain of Wolves, but you haven't really won any major trophies, man. So like, I think maybe just secure something in Europe, or at least like have a challenge.
Yeah.
And then you got something to tell your grandkids then.
But maybe he's just trying to secure the grandkids' future. Maybe maybe he's weighed it up and he's thinking realistically, what am I winning?
Yeah, it's true. I agree. I think
it's hard to talk, because who am I to talk, bro, man? Like,
you don't know everyone's like situation as well.
Not only that, bro. I leave every project as soon as I get a better offer, bro. As soon as I get a better contract offer, I'm out of here, man.
So you get it.
Yeah, I get it.
Money always talks, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, aside from the Saudi things, when it comes to transfers, obviously I'm mostly invested in my club, Arsenal. I'm not sure about this Kai Havertz. This link.
I'm glad you brought that up, man.
Yeah, I'm not
It's a bit of a weird one, man.
Wait, Dre, what do you think about it?
I don't. I'm not sure why you're going back in for this Chelsea guy.
Yeah, like I've seen some arguments.
It almost feels like he's your second. He's definitely not your first choice.
Well, he's fast. He's tall. So apparently, there's a physical presence that he could add to the team. But when I was watching the game, so we spoke about eye test a couple of times in this pod, and sometimes you'll see Kai Havertz on the pitch or being introduced to a game, and if you're the opposing team, you're kind of happy because you're thinking there's a good chance he might get a chance, but there's an even better chance he's not putting it away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even that goal he scored in the Champions League final, they looked lucky. Like, you know what I mean? I was happy for him because it was going so poorly for him. But
he was terrible.
Yeah, but there wasn't anything that I can see other than his stint at Bayer Leverkusen. He's been trash.
Yeah.
One thing I say is that he's definitely got ability. I've seen this guy bang a goal, bang a header past Liverpool pretty much every time he plays against us, or get a near goal. So there's definitely a player in there. And why wouldn't Arteta be the guy to unleash that player?
For sure. But that's what I'm saying, Strives, in terms of, I'm not sure if he's like your first choice. It seemed, I don't know.
No, so yeah.
It seems a bit weird for Arsenal, if I'm honest.
I'm totally perplexed by it. So it's like, in my mind, it's like Rice, Caicedo. I'm hearing Chelsea are in the race for Caicedo.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get him now. I don't think you're going to get him.
I don't think we're going to get him neither. But it looks like we're helping fund Chelsea's pursuit of him by going for Kai Havertz.
No, but I think Kai Havertz coming to Arsenal, it does add something to Arsenal because I think everyone is looking at him as a goal scorer.
But what? So he can play as an 8.
But where did he play at Leverkusen? He doesn't really. I don't think he's Germany's main target, main spearhead.
So I think you're right. Actually,
so I think he can offer you options. Like people have been crying about Saka being tired. Like,
so he can play anywhere along the front three. He can play the 8 as well.
So there's definitely like
can do 10.
He's adding some kind of quality to the squad, in my opinion.
So here's my position.
Here, are you going to pay that much money for him to come here and be that guy? And is that what he's coming for? Otherwise, that's why I think it's a low quality transfer.
Yeah, I think the perspective is you've got Declan Rice over the line. You've got, if it's not Caicedo, you've got your Lavia or whoever it is that because we need to reinforce our middle, in my opinion. And then at the end, Kai Havertz is also, you've got him on top of that. I'm not going to be moaning, but Kai Havertz is like one of our leading marquee signings. Like, I feel like
it might not be.
I feel like there's more pace with the Kai Havertz speculation that there is with even Declan Rice, even though we've been flirting with Rice since January.
I think you get him though.
I think you know,
just a matter of time and cost. Yeah,
I think Kai Havertz is probably an easy one to get over the line. Chelsea want to get rid of him, and he wants to leave,
and no one else wants him. As soon as Real Madrid realised he's going to be more than 50, they pulled up. But that's what we should be doing.
But Rice, on the other hand, is it's a bit like you're not talking to a willing seller. And the only time,
they know he's going, man.
Yeah,
they know he's going. They've said that.
But the West Ham,
the West Ham are flexing the muscles, though, isn't it? Like,
no, but their chairman's already said that they agreed with Declan that they were gonna sell him at the end of the season. I'm sure he went on TalkSport and said that.
I think, but.
So I think that's just more of the Declan thing.
It's an eventuality.
Yeah, it's just a negotiation with a fee. And whether it's like...
But that's bad negotiating to say that a player is going to be available.
Is it though? Because they're saying what you bid like 80 million and it got rejected. Yeah. In the end, it could end up being 100 million. But then it'll be like 80 plus like a 20 million bonus.
But you see when you say...
You see what I'm saying? So it's not... It's kind of the same in the end.
You see when you say a player is available, that means they're on a transfer list. As soon as you transfer list somebody, that means their value goes down. It's automatic that their value goes down.
What, in today's market?
No, just in general, because you're now saying this player is available, whereas with Caicedo, like he wasn't available, and whatever
we're trying to rip him from them.
Exactly. So now, because he's not available, and they're saying he's not available, the transfer fee goes up automatically. That's just how football always works. So him saying that, and then that 80 million bid being rejected is crazy. And then we see how like Man City moving the thing. It's like, for example, I know Man City would have been able to secure him for 80 million, bro. just because of how Man City move in the window. And it's just like, if you don't want to sell him to me, we're going to find somebody else.
Yeah.
So like when and the players want to go to Man City.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm a bit disappointed here, because I thought.
I see what you're saying.
I reckon Declan Rice isn't worth more than 80 million.
Yeah.
Does anyone?
It's the British. You're paying for that British talent.
No, I think
again,
that's inclusive of the British tax. He's not worth more than 80 million, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does kind of. I mean, that's just the state of the marketplace, but it does kind of read weird, especially when you consider Jude Bellingham's gone for about 80 mil.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What, 80 mil plus add-ons?
Plus add-ons, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 115 in the end, and I thought that's actually a good deal, personally.
But that's 115 euros.
Yeah, 150 million euros.
I'm hearing you, man, Manchester United are quite close to getting Mason Mount now.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I think 45 mil.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, we need legs in midfield, but
ain't that been rejected?
I think.
Was that?
I thought it was.
Yeah,
rejected.
I think we've obviously sorted the contract out with a player, but again, it's the fee, and I don't know. Rumor was we were going to try and give him Maguire or something. I'm not sure.
That's never happened.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it's going to happen either, but we definitely need legs in midfield, and he can give us that. So Mount's one of those guys, isn't it? He was injured, and then he was out of favour, I think, with Lampard, and then he didn't really play much. So
I think
he was out of favour because of his contract negotiation.
Yes, I've been saying that for a while. Yeah.
I
mean, Ten's obviously seen something in him that he's thinking we need.
You're not the only ones. I mean, Arsenal were linked, Liverpool were linked.
Yeah. I think there's definitely a player there, and as Strive said 2 weeks ago, that the guy's contribution, goal contribution 2 seasons ago was phenomenal.
I think it's to also hit that British quota as well in your team.
Yeah, but you don't really have to get like a really good player. You can just get a Calvin Phillips and sit them on the bench for the rest of the season. Really,
yeah, that's true.
What would make it a good transfer window for both your clubs? So Liverpool, United.
Man United need a goalkeeper, need 1 or 2 midfielders.
Does the incoming goalkeeper mean a leaving goalkeeper?
Yeah, De Gea apparently is. But he's going to be transferred
because they released that list. Was he on? He wasn't on the release list, was he?
Yeah, he wasn't on the retain list apparently.
Oh, he wasn't. But he wasn't on the.
I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah,
but I'm hoping we get rid of him. To be honest,
yeah,
if he's not in our plans, then cool.
Honestly, I'm hoping you do as well, man. I've had enough of seeing this guy make mistakes.
Yeah, he's made mistakes, and he doesn't play to the strengths that Ten Hag wants. I think. Like he struggles. I
think that's your main thing, really. I think it's just obviously the style of play, and obviously nowadays it starts with your keeper.
Yeah, and his distribution is awful, and he's not a great penalty stopper. So,
you got the most clean sheets, though.
Most clean sheets, but then is that due to our defense being kind of okay with Varane and Martinez in there?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Seven heaven. Don't you forget.
Yeah, he's trying to bring it back. But
well, who else do you lot need, though? Or what else do you lot need?
We
striker.
We definitely need a striker or two, and then obviously we need some midfielders. You lot linked
with any strikers?
No, apparently we're not going for Kane. I don't know.
Has it got something to do with this takeover?
No, Kane's not. Remember, I said Daniel Levy's not letting Kane go. Bro.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's not letting him go, bro.
Yeah, to be fair, I'll be shocked to see Kane leave Tottenham. Even next year, it just seems like he's in
the only place I can actually see him going is Real Madrid. You know,
Real Madrid. I don't think they're interested in
in Kane. Why not?
Just because one, I don't think Daniel Levy is going to let him go for a standard fee. But
I think he can negotiate more money with Real Madrid.
But also, I reckon Mbappe is going to go to.
You think Mbappe is going to go Real as well? Because he's obviously made it clear now he's not staying at PSG.
He's made it clear that he's staying at PSG.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying. I read two conflicting reports.
No. So he's saying he's staying. Basically, he's not leaving. And PSG are saying if you're not signing a contract, then you have to leave. But obviously, the ball's really in PSG in Mbappe's court,
right?
And he can either stay at a hostile club, or he can
because obviously they don't want him to go for free, right?
Or he can go to a team that really, really wants him, and PSG get the fee. Obviously, he doesn't care if they get a fee or not.
Who knows?
He shouldn't. But yeah,
maybe the Sheikhs will take us over, and then we'll get Mbappe, God willing, inshallah.
I think I would like to see that because I would like to see how Man United can make him shit.
Because you guys have got some history doing that to fucking
No, it wasn't not
household
only us,
stars.
man. Liverpool have had that as well, man.
Who did go give us one?
You had Cisse, he was awful, bro.
Like Djibril Cisse was never Mbappe or Ibrahimovic levels.
Bro, at the time he was firing. He was
Are you gonna have that strand?
top French striker, bro.
Yeah, because you like when you compare it, you had Di Maria, you had your Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
What are you talking
Zlatan was decent, bro.
Yeah,
Zlatan was alright.
He was
Wait,
alright.
it wasn't Zlatan at Man United.
Yeah, exactly. And he went and won a league every country he went to until he went to United. Like you've got this thing where you turn legends into, you make them go out of a whimper.
Bro, this guy just said Djibril Cisse.
I know, yeah. Personally, like I said to Marley Marl, bro, I think if Arsenal had the chops to get such business over the line, Mbappe would be perfect for Arsenal.
I think so, bro.
Yeah, the style of football you play, definitely.
To be fair, he suits you lot style of football because you
The
lot are
thing
kind
is,
of like counter
it depends
attacking.
who we get, though. I think it depends who we get. If we get like a decent midfield, why not?
But so striker, goalkeeper,
And I'd say two or three midfielders.
what 2 centimeters, 2 6s? Like you want to replace Ericsson?
Yeah, Ericsson.
You want to replace
Fred.
But so not starting then. You want one starting centimeter,
Yeah,
and then you're okay with Casemiro and Bruno.
yeah. I think you have to be.
Do you?
Yeah, I think they'll start, man.
Remember when I was saying, like, I'm sorry, you might not remember, but in our Belmont group,
Okay.
I've been cussing Casemiro loads, bro. Just
On what premise? For what reason?
like, bro, you're a senior decorated guy, and you're grabbing faces and getting red cards for like 3. How many games did he miss this season, bro?
Yeah, he missed quite a few.
Bro, that's pathetic, you know.
And I think that's his worst discipline. His worst season discipline wise.
Yeah,
So I don't know what was happening off pitch, man, but it must have been something, bro, because that's crazy, bro. Like to come as a marquee signing and
but the thing is, as well, our midfield didn't really have a lot of legs to play with him because he doesn't really have legs. Bruno's all right.
Don't you think you guys should be looking for legs then?
Yeah, I think that's why Mount is probably one of them. He's got legs.
But what like obviously I get Casemiro's ability, positioning, and he's overall great player. But when he came, I said like this United is looking like the graveyard where dinosaurs go to die. And that's what it's kind of looking like because like he hasn't got legs in, but it's like he's doing a half-rate job of what he was doing at Real Madrid.
I think it needs the right. It's like with any team, you need the right balance. We need the right balance.
Does
in that
he
midfield.
unbalance your team? Because
Casemiro?
because he's not mobile, and
But the thing is, he's never been mobile, isn't it? That's he's not mobile.
Lateral movement was decent at Real Madrid.
He's never been like a fast player, I should say.
No, but you don't need to be fast. You just need to be quick across, especially when you're like holding. But I'm a bit more worried.
Yeah.
For United in that respect.
But the thing is, then you got someone like Ericsson who was playing alongside him, didn't really
that's true.
have like anything in his locker in terms of speed. Then you had Fred who was hot and cold.
Yeah.
They were stressing him. They were stressing him out, man.
Is Fred hot and cold because he's shit or because he doesn't get rhythm, doesn't get game time and rhythm?
He's just too inconsistent, man. And that might be, let's not say he's shit, but let's just say he's just not.
You've really said it, mate.
Yeah. Let's just say he's an okay player.
Yeah.
He's an okay player. He's not Man United quality.
Yeah.
And I think he's trying to go Fulham, and I think that'd be his.
That would be a good transfer.
Yeah, I think that'd be his.
Because I think
like when certain players fall back to a club.
Yeah.
And they're almost like not the best in the club, but they're the biggest
in a small pond.
Exactly, and I think he will do well there.
Because I think Paulinho might be leaving. I forgot who he was linked to, but he was linked to quite a big move, and he'll be a good replacement for Paulinho.
But we definitely need to.
Sounds like you need to get rid of about 7 players.
Yeah, we need to get rid of quite a few. But the thing is, we need strikers as well, man.
So other than Ericsson, Fred,
Fred, yeah. McTominay, I don't know if he's willing to be a squad player. I'd keep him.
I think Newcastle want him.
Yeah,
would you let him go to Newcastle if you were the manager, or would you just keep him in the periphery?
It's mad because Newcastle are now becoming our rivals. So this is why I don't get even Kieran Tierney links to Newcastle. Why are you strengthening your rivals?
Because
in fact, we even still need that depth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, you guys don't need Kieran Tierney, man.
Why not though?
Because when he comes on, man, it's just like, bro, I think Arsenal have moved on so far from when he was a stalwart in the club.
Yeah.
That when he comes on, he just looks lost at sea. That game against West Ham where he played inverted, man, I felt so bad for him, man.
No, yeah, I get your point, but then I get your point, and then the argument is he good enough, or are we? I think we've moved on from having to change our style of play to suit him. But that being said, once upon a time, he was one of our best players. Admittedly, we were finishing 8th at that time, but you still could do with having that depth there.
When Klopp came into Liverpool, he was doing so many different things, and then Daniel Sturridge suffered. And I always said to Buzz, like, as basically the whole club has had like an iOS update, but Sturridge is still on like iOS 3.0 or whatever, and everyone's on 3.2.
Yeah,
and you become a liability at that point as well, man. So he's got to go, and I think Kieran Tierney is still on the old operating system, man, 100%.
I mean, I know we got Kiwior that can potentially do a job there, but then if you're saying nah to him, who would you rather have? You got to get somebody in who is better than Zinchenko. Zinchenko should be your inverted guy. I agree. And then you should have somebody who can do up and down. Yeah, and also come in. But you don't have to be as good as Zinchenko coming inside. Tierney can do the up and down, and until we get someone, should we be sending him to Newcastle?
Tierney's not good going forward.
I'm with Joey. I think you can get rid of him.
No, I mean, once upon a time he was, top 2 left backs in the Premier League. Once upon a time,
according to your eye test. No, I think when he's not technically good enough in the latter stages of the pitch.
Yeah.
And he's not technically good enough to play inverted, so it just really doesn't make any sense keeping him. Whereas at Newcastle, where they have like the kind of bombardier fullbacks, it'll be like you don't have to have crossing accuracy at Newcastle.
Yeah, no, but do you strengthen your rivals though?
That's a good point.
That's what I'm.
Especially like because they finished where they finished.
You just get as much money out of them as possible, man.
So they're coming,
and especially because they got money.
Yeah, well, but I'm hearing there's rumours that their owners part own Chelsea or have some shares.
Yeah. That's definitely cheating.
That is, isn't it?
That's definitely cheating. But that's what happens when you fucking let a nation take over a club. It's fucking stupid, bro. It's fucking stupid, bro.
Like, but I think Mike Ashley just wanted out, didn't he?
No, I'm not talking about. This has got nothing to do with Mike Ashley. Premier League should have never let.
Oh, you're talking about in terms of
If I'm Mike Ashley, I'm selling to anybody, bro.
Yeah, of course.
But Premier League should have. You do your due diligence, and like if that's the case, then you can't take the club back now. You can't walk back the fucking billions.
Yeah, it's true.
But like I said, it just goes to show, bro. Like when it comes to it, bro, the money, cash is king, man. So, like these guys are they got no backbone.
So this is how, if the allegations are true, then Chelsea are really, they can do what they like.
And they should. They should, bro, because the Premier League have said it's okay for you to do what you like.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But I think even
Man City are busting case, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that's what I said, but they're going to bust case because it will be too much work to undo what they've done.
Yeah, and it shines too much of a light on the
greed of the Premier League.
Yeah.
It's true. But I don't think Man United will properly buy anyone until this takeover is done, man. I think it's just dragging on too long anyway. Like, I think it's interfering
Would that affect you this season, do you think?
Unless, obviously, they know more stuff in the background than we know. Of course it's going to affect it.
I think the takeover, just because it's a takeover, I think it's going to have a negative effect on the club.
Yeah, it needed to be wrapped up.
It needs to be very, very smooth.
Not this going in for like 6th bid, 7th bid, whatever. Oh yeah, do you know what I mean?
And then I think, let's say it gets done before the league starts. I think so much would have happened that it's just going to be it's not going to be beneficial at all to the way United started the team.
Apparently it's not going to be done until like the first game of the season. That's what they're saying. It's not going to be fully completed.
Perfect for every other team, to be fair, man.
Which is not good for us.
And especially if there's no one there to greenlight transfers as well. That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. That's the worrying part of it in terms of the transfers.
Well, wouldn't you just continue as normal until the club's taken over? So,
well, no, because if his sheikh comes in and he's telling you, right, let's go for Mbappe, that the Glazers ain't going to be going for an Mbappe, are they? Not really, because it might be silly money, and because obviously they'll be like, they'd almost be feeding the money back into their to their club, innit, into PSG. So it's like in the world of business, they're almost still feeding their own pockets. If that makes sense.
PSG aren't in Qatari.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If the Sheikh guy, he's Qatari, innit?
Who?
Yeah,
is it not Saudi?
No, it's
Nah,
Qatari.
it's Qatari. That's what I'm saying, bro.
This is fucking.
That's what I'm
crazy,
saying, bro. So it's like
So what is
it's
it?
business.
They're like cousins, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like
And they're all part of the same royal
you're
family.
just feeding into someone else's pocket, and the money's being redistributed back into their own pockets, kinda. Do you know what I
This
mean?
is basically like
It's like money laundering on a big scale, isn't it? Really?
like Lamborghini, Vauxhall, and fucking Audi, bro.
Yeah, man.
So the whole is one company, bro. It's crazy, man.
So being
But it's gonna bang. It's gonna bang, bro. That's what matters, man.
I just don't know why Arsenal don't get some of this action, man.
Nah, man. You chose Stan Kroenke. Now stick with him, bro.
But you know what, though, bruv? All of these teams are prospering right now, bruv, and he's got bread.
Yeah, shout out.
So we might he might come good for us.
I think Arsenal they did it in the right way, man. They had the structure right from the beginning, like from the top. Like they in terms of like even when they moved from Highbury to the Emirates, they had their things in place. Do you know what I mean? Even like with the sponsors and like the way they were getting the money.
You look,
like you guys didn't even
the stadium.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys, I swear, you guys don't even have like a debt from building your stadium or something like that.
No.
You know, like Man United are in debt. Bro, like your finances are like intact.
I don't think Liverpool do either as well because they did the expansion, innit?
Yeah, you guys are doing it. Did you see the guy? One guy who was working on the site. He took photos and published it to the media, and then he got sacked.
No, I didn't see that. I saw that there was some drones.
I don't even know why I'm laughing with you. Why are you laughing at someone losing their
Bro,
job?
but I just thought it was funny. Like, why are you sacking the guy for taking some photos of just tearing up a pitch
Nah, you
and
can't
like a
do
stadium?
That. You can't do that, bro. They definitely said don't take pictures, bro.
Yeah, but
what did have we been through Arsenal? We haven't, have we?
What do you mean?
In terms of what transfers, what positions you need?
Yeah, well, we touched on Kai, Declan. But yeah, we could probably do with an
Striker.
Yeah, I would have said a striker or even a forward, like a right forward. I know we've given Nelson a contract, but maybe just someone that's going to really push Saka for places, and we might get the most out of him because we saw like what bringing Trossard in done for Martinelli, so that would have been good. And then I think we need, I think we could do with another centre back or a full back, maybe even a hybrid between the two.
Are you still? Obviously, this is one of your. Was it a record goal scoring season or is it?
I don't know if it's a record goal scoring season, but I mean, in terms of goals, it's not. It wasn't an area of concern, so to speak.
So do you think a 20+ goal striker is?
It probably it's not a priority, but it's just one that I think we could do with just on the sense that the profile of strikers that we have at the moment, none of them are going to get you even. I don't think any of them is going to even get you 15+ a season. 15+ would be a good season for them. So you want someone that's probably more towards 20+ as a striker.
Look, because last season you guys were kind of linked with Vlahovic and were kind of enamored with that being a potential. Is that like that kind of profile of a player just not really doing it for you anymore, or after the season you've had?
Yeah, I think this is probably where this Kai Havertz thing comes into play, because it's just, I think now it's like having an alternate profile whereby we can change the way we play and still be able to hurt teams.
Yeah,
but I just wonder if Kai Havertz is that dude, so to speak. I mean, I think I quite like you know Balogun, following Balogun.
Yeah, he said he got his first goal for USA.
Yeah,
and then he said, "I'm not going on loan, bro." I'm not going on loan in it. So
I think that's what
Arsenal
the problem is.
Play me or you go in it.
This is what the problem is. Is just like I'd be so like glad to give him a go, give him a chance. But if he is kind of stamping his flag in the ground and saying, "Play me now or sell me," then regrettably for me, you might end up selling him because
that's fair though. Don't you think that's fair?
Where he's at.
Yeah. Or do you think he needs to be more patient?
I think he could be patient, and just maybe at least one more season patient. If Arteta said, "I'm going to guarantee you about 20, 25.
His third loan spell.
Yeah, but look how young he is. What's he, 21?
Yeah, so like why?
And it's not gone the greatest for him at all of his clubs. Yes, he done well at Reims and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
he done well at Middlesbrough.
He done okay at Middlesbrough. He done really well at Reims, and then and you can see he's a finisher and whatnot. I think now let's see how it translates in the league.
You're not going to force him to be a Chuba Akpom, man.
No, man.
Because Chuba Akpom banged goals this season.
Yeah,
and he's like saying "fuck Arsenal," bro.
No,
he didn't say it, but
why is
I'm
that
saying it on his behalf?
No, man. He went. Do you know how many clubs that guy played for?
He played in Cyprus. He played in Greece.
Definitely played in Greece.
No, man. Everyone at Arsenal was happy for him. I just think with Balogun, like he's such a finisher and whatnot. He could potentially be the best finisher at the club. And you're trying to. And how much we're gonna get for him? He's probably our most expensive asset.
Well, you think you'll get a lot of money for him?
The season that he's had, now that he's playing for USA and not England, we might have lost about 10, 15 mil out of him. But before, I would have said about 35, 40 mil we can maybe get for him.
I think you get about 30 mil for him.
Joey, what are you saying about Liverpool, though?
I thought you would never ask.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got McAllister.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, for me, signing of the season, just because of the price as well. And the caliber of play you're getting.
Bro, the guy's sick anyway, man. A lot of people that actually surprisingly don't know how good he is. He's a cold player, man. But we've been linked to Kone. Strauss, you told me about that one first. Kone and Kefren Turam.
Is that relation to
the Turam brother?
Yeah.
There's the two brothers. I really want Turam at the club. That would be probably my preference over Kone out of the two of them. But yeah, that's what we need. We need fresh legs and runners in the middle. For me, the Kone guy could be another Naby Keita.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not fully sold on him, whereas I am pretty much sold on Thuram.
I think Kone and Thuram, if you get them both, man, I think you're in good shape, man.
We're in good shape. But you say that obviously Holland played on the weekend, got smoked.
Oh, okay.
VVD was playing. I don't know what's up with VVD, so I think
How old is he now?
It might be about 30.
You're saying you might look at a centre back option.
I think we need always we need to be pushing for better centre backs. Currently, my leading centre backs are Konate and VVD, and both of them were
31.
31. So both of them were mistake prone last season. So we need a quality centre back to be pushing them for better performances. In the same way you said, Martinelli was pushed by Trossard. So we need that competition. I think we'll keep Joe Gomez as a right back cover. I don't know what the plan is for right back because I don't know if Trent is going to be going into the middle. Right now, we've got quite a few midfielders as well. Like obviously, we had Bajcetic, who had a great debut season last season, come back from injury. So I'd like to see what happens with him.
If Diaz gets a good
Diaz is going to have his pre-season, so I'm not too worried about the attack. I'm not. Again, if we secure these midfielders, I'd be happy and then get a top quality centre back. The new sporting director came from Gladbach, innit? That's why I think the Kone deal might happen. Because his son is now the sporting director taking over from at Gladbach.
Oh,
so that's one of the clubs we've got links. So I think we'll also link to their centre back. I don't know anything about him, but might be covered on. So yeah.
Cool. It's going to be an interesting.
I think now that England's just obviously what did we win 7-0 tonight?
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, so now England's had their game. Hopefully, we'll see some more movement with the transfer window. I feel like it's
a bit stale at the moment.
Usually, they'll go away for the extended break, innit? So usually they go. If they weren't in internationals, they would be back at training 1st of July or something like that. That's when the window usually used to officially open. But they'll be away for a while. I don't think we're going to get any transfers until everybody's back from their holiday pre-season break after the internationals.
I'm quite
bearing in mind there was a World Cup.
Yeah.
So these guys have been playing non-stop.
It's
It's stupid that they had to do these friendlies now. It's so dumb.
I know, man.
Doesn't make sense.
I'm keen on I'm just keen on transfers getting just
ASAP.
over
Just
the line.
done.
I'm telling you, man.
But isn't that the sign of a good club, though? Isn't it? It's just like having these things in place.
That's how.
Because obviously, Man United suck doing these kind of things. They never have. They've always kind of left it last minute, which I hate.
Liverpool, when they were running on all cylinders, they used to just you wouldn't even hear about it. There would just be an announcement that Thiago's arrived, or or Coutinho's just come in.
Efficient.
We haven't been that way. I remember the Sturridge one was one of the most efficient ones I've ever seen as well, man. Like nobody heard nothing, just arrived at the club, man. So I was happy the way McAllister was done.
Yeah, that was done sweet.
Hopefully, but the other ones have been dragging. That's why I'm a bit skeptical about them completing, man. But yeah,
cool. So that's the end of the transfer market segment for Podcast Pundits. Been an interesting one. Strives, you started it with that convo with the more luck, and I feel like
that was actually Stardust.
And Della, we'll give Della his flowers for that. As well.
He wanted to just wade in on the convo because he could hear I was getting a bad deal with the panelists. They were letting me lads.
He's been away for 2 weeks.
Exactly.
3 weeks.
Was it 3 weeks? Oh yeah, so yeah, man.
It was an interesting convo, and
sorry, he came in to back you, and then he got rushed too.
Yeah,
no,
literally.
He didn't get rushed. He didn't get rushed. If anything, he got rushed today.
I rushed you.
You got rushed today.
Still held my
I can see the sweat dripping off of your forehead.
It's been good. Follow us on our usual platforms. I didn't even get that part in at the beginning, imagine, because we were so busy.
No, it's
but
true.
Podcast Pundits _podcast.pundits. We're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, you name it. We're on it, man. We're on it.
I think we lost a couple of followers on the gram, man. We need to start posting again.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back. Same time, same place. We out.